Yo, what's going on, chat? How's it going, all? Good morning. Where is everyone today? And where's my music? Hey, you did. How's it going? I don't know why my chat's not working on the stream, but hey, Ian, how's it going? I think my chat's broken. Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think my all my alerts are broken, I feel like. Waiting since a week. What's up? Oh, sorry for waiting, dude. Hey, Blade. Hey, Boop. Hey, Saeed. How's it going? All right, let me figure out what's going on with my yeah, what is going on with my alerts? None of them are working. What's up, Nathan? How's it going? All right, let me fix this real quick, and then we'll start. Oh boy, what is happening? Let's test the follow. Nope, not working. Cool. Everything is broken. How's everyone's weekend so far? Hi Nathan, thanks for the sub. I'm not using Streamlabs, I'm just using OBS, but it's just pointing to a Streamlabs link and it's not working out. The link hasn't changed either, so I don't know why it's doing this. Hold on, let's try it one more time. Yeah, my alerts aren't coming up at all. Which is very, very strange. It's coming on when I launch it, but alright, let's try it again. Alright, well, I'm gonna try it right here. I think it's broken for the day. Yeah, both my chat and it's so weird. I don't know why it does this every time. Maybe make another chat widget, maybe that would help. Yeah, when I launch chat in Streamlabs OBS, it shows everyone. Not liking this today. Because I heavily rely on my chat sometimes. When it's on the screen, so you just look at it, but not sure what to do today. The widgets are there, but it's just not showing the chat. Well, that sucks. What's up, Cyborg? What's up, Muscle? How's it going? You didn't get a confirmation email for what? Oh yeah, thank you. I don't think it was the best video I could put out, but it was fun making it. I don't think there was anything like super important on that video, but it was something that people were asking for a lot, so I figured I'll make it. Dude, holy shit, why isn't anything working? Well, give me a few minutes. Yeah, it is a bitch. I'm gonna try and fix this while we're on here. Anyone have a good Thanksgiving? Anyone buy anything good for Black Friday? Anyone buy anything cool? Anything worth bragging? Shodan for what, $1? Or was it $10? How much was it? What's up, X? MacBook Pro? Yeah, I wished Shodan would give us the ability to give away Shodan accounts. I would have given up like 100 of them, but they don't want to do it. X, do you know why the fuck would my chat and my alerts all be broken today from Streamlabs? Well, not Streamlabs, but in OBS from Streamlabs. Everything's gone. Everything is gone. I didn't buy anything on Black Friday. Kind of upset. I wanted to buy a Pentester Lab account for a year, but I completely forgot. If it's still on sale, I might go buy one later. Even though I'm sitting on like 50 free ones, but alright, well, I don't know how to fix this widget thing. Because it's all in here. Oh, maybe. No, that wouldn't make sense. Nope. No clue what to do to fix this. I wish there was a way that I could change the URL, but I can't. Yeah, I have no way of looking at what you guys are saying anymore. Let me see. I mean, I'm not using my droplet for burp. I mean, you can just use it in Java, but how many query credits in 1 year? Yeah, how much does it give it? Oh, it gives you 30 credits. Yeah, I think Twitch just completely told everyone to fuck off this weekend because nothing I have on OBS works. No alerts, no chat, no subgo. What the actual fuck? I'm not understanding your question about burp. I was setting up a droplet for recon. Why would I need burp when I'm doing recon? You can run burp on your computer, right? I'm not understanding what you guys are asking. You're not gonna run fuff through burp. What do you need burp for? Or you're not gonna run like directory search through burp. Yeah, I'm not moving to Mixer. I would if I didn't have already 5K followers on here, but my viewership's already gone to shit because of getting banned, so I don't want to have to move to Mixer and start all over again. Alright, well, we'll just start. I guess we'll forget about chat. Let me pop out chat so I can at least see you guys, because okay, so I don't see any. I won't be able to thank every sub today, so if you do subscribe, I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on my chat. Non-mod, and I need it to pop up. There we go. Alright, this will do it for now. There we go. At least you guys see the chat. I mean, you guys don't need the chat, I do, but well, you're anonymous, I appreciate that, but I just think it's harder to market yourself when, you know, when you already have a following on here. Alright, so let me play some music. I think it's worth the price. Yeah, I would pay for it. I'm gonna pull this down. Alright, I don't know if you guys can hear the music at all, but I'm playing this for me. Let me know if you guys hear the song and if it's too loud. You shouldn't hear anything at all, but alright, so what I want to do today is, hold on, let me run this. There we go. Alright, let me know if this music is way too loud. I think Pentester Lab is worth it. I hear a lot of people are looking at it. I haven't used it in a very long time. I don't want to spend that money for me to buy. The year that I can buy for me is like 7 of them that I could give away, you know? So I've been giving away every single Pentester Lab I can. I think it's worth it. I want to buy it just to do it. So I also want to start doing that. Sorry, I want to do a Pentester Lab stream for subscribers only soon. So we'll see. What's up, Scum? I was just Scum. Sanctum. I don't know why I called you Scum. Digital Sanctum. My bad. What should we work on today? Should we look for more subdomains? No, not subdomains. I want to look for more. What's up from Pakistan? How's it going? Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to find some more endpoints, but we're going to do it with Tom's tool. What do you need your CCNA for? Depends on what you're trying to do. For bug bounties, I don't know if you need CCNA. Is that Heath? It is. Alright, so I wanted to use a little bit of Wayback URLs for a little bit. CCNA will help you a little bit, I think, but it wouldn't help you with bug bounties. That's just me, though. Alright, let's install this real quick. I'm tired of typing this. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I changed this, by the way. Wait, did I install BBHD on here, too? Whoa, did I really? I didn't. What the fuck? Alright, whatever. Let's start it off. So, let's see. I want to make sure I can remove this. Hold on. Can't delete that ever, can I? Let me remove some of this garbage. What's an out? What is going on here? One sec, chat. Alright, so what's this? One sec. One sec, chat. Just chill. Let me fix this real quick because this is bothering me. How much should I have on here? Okay. How big is this? No. Where did we save all the data from last time? November 20th. Seems about right. It's coming on at noon. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I want to hold on. Let's go to search. Let's go to search and destroy real quick. Let me make sure I didn't run this tool on any private programs. Okay, I think we're good. All right, we're good. Let's use the one from the 17th. Okay, that's good. Hold on one sec. Where's the raw data? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the one. Actually, let's run it again just to be safe. I'm going to I have to rename this, but let's run this on Yahoo really quickly, and then run cert.sh for every single one of them. I want to get a new set of domains. Hold on, I know chat's like tagging me a bunch. Hold on, I gotta get this going. Shit. All right. What is it doing? All these endpoints is collecting. I'm collecting endpoints because I can't hack on them live, so I posted on Twitter for you guys to use. But I have another idea today. What time is Raccoon coming up? Noon. About noon. Do you have time after this to update bash source profile? You should check because I already updated it. Maybe check before asking, because if you go to it, it should show that it's been updated. So this was updated, and so was this. This was updated yesterday, and this was updated yesterday too. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to collect subdomains on yahoo.com, and then I'm going to run a lot of them through Wayback URLs and get some endpoints. Warlock. But this is taking forever for some reason. If I could find better data, that would be awesome, but apparently not. All right. What's this test 2.2? I need to get better at organizing this data from the streams, because Ash, what up? Nice seeing you here. All right. There we go. It's working finally. Hopefully this is going to be over soon. All right. It's writing them right now. It should be done soon. It should be done fairly soon. Didn't see it in the video, but curious if you use snapshots for persisting recon data. Yeah, I used to take a snapshot of. So it's a long story. When I was using Vulture, it was a lot easier because I had all my data on a master box. But then I got kicked out of. What's his name? Vulture. So lost a lot of my data. But yes. DigitalOcean. Sorry, I'm a little bit hazy today. DigitalOcean allows you to take snapshots. So if you do stuff, if you spin up a new machine for, say, Yahoo, you do your work, just take a snapshot and close out. It's cheaper to keep the snapshot to save the snapshot than saving a box, to stay up all the time. You can also do your stuff on another box and then SCP everything over. So you have options, but I keep most of my recon data. I used to keep every single directory search output. I had 40K of them, but I lost most of it. Hey, Root It Now, how's it going? All right, as soon as this is over, we're going to feed it to HTTP probe, and then from there, I'm gonna feed it to Wayback URLs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna automate this so it happens every Saturday night before I get on, so I don't have to do it anymore. Hey Ash, yeah, Space Raccoon will be here in a little bit, in an hour or so. So let's hack a little bit, and then we'll start. I want to find a good subdomain brute forcer. Subdomain brute forcer. What does everyone use? Subroot? Fuff? Really? For DNS though? I don't know if I want to use Fuff for that. Hey Chizard, Cherryzard, good job. Go Buster, yeah, I like Go Buster. I don't know about AMAS anymore. That's by OJ, isn't it? Go Buster? Yeah. I don't know about that, Chief, but let's try it. I don't know if I'm gonna use this, to be honest, but let's see what it looks like. What's mine? What's dash S? Speed. It says fast, medium, low, but he put high over here. What? Ah, I like this. The level. Is this fast though? Is what I want to know. Let's try it. All right, you have me convinced. Let's try it. What do I do? Pip install requirements. Uh-oh, this did get cloned then. Let's try it. Let's see what this is about. Pip install, what is it? R requirements? It's been a while. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Maybe I should have done sudo. Hopefully I need sudo. It shouldn't, but we'll see. I'm currently working on getting my OSCP. I recently bought the 3-month lab for OSCP, but the one thing I've noticed is not many people out here are doing pen testing. Does Twitch look down upon that? Well, I mean, how are you gonna do it, right? Like, Pentester Lab, not Pentester Lab. Yeah, both Pentester Lab and Hack the Box don't want you to stream their material, so what are you gonna pen test live without getting in trouble? So I don't know. Alright, so let's see. What? Did it not? I know why. Duh. Nice. Good job, Ash. How you liking it? All right, let's see if this works now. There we go. All right. All right. So once this is done, let's get a good subdomain list going. What do you think, chat? Should we make our own subdomain text file or what? Like our own word list? All right, let's do it. So let's go to discovery. Let's go to DNS. Bitcorp did a really good research, but I don't know. Let's see how big this file could get. I don't know, that has Rust in it, and I don't want to try anything in Rust. If I'm being real with you, dude. But it has Rust. Alright, fine. Rust Buster. What is that? Is this it? Let's see. What you doing, dude? How does this work? Oh, Rust is such a strange thing to me, but let's try it out. This looks legit, though. This looks legit. Alright. Let's try this. Stream requested tools. I'll put that in there for now. How about that? No, I don't think Rust is a good language. It's a good language for everything, but I don't know if it's good for hacking, to be honest. Alright, let's try I don't want to pull all this, but let's try this. Alright, so we're gonna go here and we're going to create a DNS folder, and then in DNS we're going to create different ones. Oh, I shouldn't have pushed enter on that. Oops. What is that, 10,000 or 100,000? It's 100K. Alright, let's see what Bitcorp has in here, though, because... Is there any Jenkins? Nope. Other way around. But Jenkins is in there, but I don't know if, like... Yeah, it's not gonna fly. There's a lot of garbage in it. This is not something I want. No thanks. Yeah, the ones that I post are usually cleaned up, but... What's this? Ports, no thanks. Alright, let's see what Shubs has done with his. That didn't work. Alright. So Shubs usually has some really good word listing. These are a lot better than what I wanted. This makes sense as... Okay, how big is this again? Ooh, that's a lot though. So let's do... just to make sure. Hey, evil admin. Thanks for joining. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to manually clean this shit up, but... It's a lot. Let's see how long it takes. That's a half a million though. Yeah, there's a lot of garbage in here that I don't want. Like, I may have to create my own. I don't believe in DNS brute forcing, but I want to get back into it. I think I'm losing on a lot of easy data that I could get. But every single one that I find is just garbage. Okay, this seems a little bit more reasonable, but it's also garbage. NogPy had a good word list, but I think they got rid of it. There we go. How big is their word list? Alright, so what else we can do is, hold on. I'm trying to think. I hate doing these live when I have to think about it. So what I think I might do is I might just grab the first word of every single one of these, but that doesn't make sense either. What I was going to do was I was going to grab the first word of every single one of these, like passport, migration, beta, alpha. Maybe we should do that because Yahoo has some really, really good subdomains. Canada. Yeah, we should do this. I'm going to grab the first word of everything in here. So we'll make our own. Let's see how that works. Let's see if that helps. So we're going to grab this, and then we're going to cut. Let's see if I can do this right. Is it? No, it's D. F1? Nope. Is it the other way? Nope. How am I doing this wrong? So we want to get the first word. What? Cut first word before dot. How am I doing this wrong? Yeah, what? Let's do it again. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, now it works? Fuck out of here. Did I? Okay, thank you. That was going to trigger the crap out of me. Alright, so for Yahoo itself, this isn't bad. But I mean, there's a lot of garbage in here. I mean, I don't need, V2 Pride. I mean, it makes sense to have it, but like a lot of these don't make sense to have, but like Splunk is fine. There's a lot of garbage, lots and lots of garbage. And this just gave us what, like 3,000 domains. Big Code, what up? Let's see. I've really tried this subdomain, but tool seems really interesting too. Yeah, we'll give it a try later. I want to think about this really quick while this is going on. I think like getting the first word isn't back is like things like Atlas and like trunk, admin tool, and I want to see what this is. Hold on. We lost it. I think that's not a bad idea at all. But what scares me is that the amount of garbage we get out of it, because like these are good. Like I want all these. The ones that I don't want is pilot. So I might just get rid of them. And then maybe we can cut. Let's see how this works. Let's do a cut. Okay, not bad. Hold on. Not bad. Let's see. Okay, I like this more because now. Ugh. Okay, well. Way better than what we had earlier. I don't like this test one, so I might just remove everything that has test in it. I might remove all the Sonic stuff. So I don't know if I, hold on, let's see if we do 1 and 2 for dashes. So like in some cases it doesn't make sense, but in some of them it makes sense. Like, I don't know if this makes sense at all. Like these don't make sense. These make sense, but alright, what do you think, chat? Should we clean this up manually? That's gonna take me forever to clean up though, but I'm up for it. What do you think about this word list so far? Because I mean, like, these are all garbage. Anything that has K, if I'm gonna remove it. Let's see what this API word list is. Oh, nice. Okay, that's not bad at all. API seen in wild. Yeah, I don't know if it's just seen in wild because it looks like garbage, but I'm not gonna hate on it. Wow, what happened? And I lost my chat again. There we go. Let's see. I base it on like, let's see. Does it have Jenkins? Does it have Jira? Okay. Confluence? Okay. I think this may be the winner. 10,000. Okay. I'm good with that. We don't need this anymore, but this would have been fun, but I don't know. It's let's just put this in DNS, wordless DNS, and we'll call it Yahoo domains, Yahoo subs.txt. But I'm gonna run this after the other one is done, so for now we'll let it sit. Okay, let's go to word list, and then I'm gonna grab this, and then we're going to call this main.txt for now. Main.txt. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to use any of them that have like a million. Common Speak is a good one, but that's the same one as I was looking at, I think, from shubs.txt. I think. Yeah, it's the same one that Shubs had on earlier. I don't want to use this. This is like just a lot of them that I don't need. What's the origin of what? Together or together we hit harder? I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. I think that's before my time. Yeah, it's before my time because this was a thing. So I used this thing, a mouse pad that was given, and this design was done right before I got to Hacker1. So I don't know what the together we hit harder means. I think it's just a community thing about, you know, working together, and it's better when you work together, I guess. That's a good question. I'm going to ask Hubert later. Hubert used to watch his stream, so I'm wondering if he's in here watching and not saying anything about what that means. Okay, so what was that tool that we just installed? Is this over? Okay, this is over. Let's put Yahoo subs.txt in here. Okay. We have subdomains. We have the root subdomains right here. Those are all the subdomains. So what I was gonna originally do with before we go to the brute forcing thing, let's go one by one. I wanted to run all these on wayback URLs, right? So I'm gonna what's in data real quick? Final data, collect more data, and then we'll move into data, more data, and then Let's go to data, more data, and in here we're going to probe on it. Let's just give it 75. Oh no, don't do that. Alive. Okay, let this do its thing, and then we're gonna run all of these on the wayback URL. I could do that as I could do this as it's happening, but I don't know if it's a good idea. Alright, well, this is going to take a while, I feel like. Go doc. Ooh, hold on. Jira is up? How? No way. Hold on, let's see. I feel like HTTP probe is just fucking with us now. Okay, it redirects. Alright, we're gonna run every single one of these through. I'm not listening to GeoHot's music. We're gonna run it through Tom Nom Nom's tool later. And then we're going to use the tool that someone just sent in. I want to brute force corporate on Yahoo real quick and see what we get. So let's go to tools, subdomain, and then we're going to do Python 3, which one? Root DNS, and we're going to do, there's no help, really. Oh, there we go. All right, so this one has a speed of high. That's what we'll give it. And then for our domain, we're going to do corp. Let's just try corporate. Yeah, let's see what we get. And then let's grab the C names. Screw it. And let's go 1. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what this. Oh, what? What does the CNAME argument need? So I give it a cname.txt. What are you talking about? What? Why is it so confusing to use? It says -d to give it a domain, which I give it corp.yahoo.com. So I don't understand what the problem with that is. No file or directory. There's no. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's make mk result. Oh, wow. You couldn't have made that folder? Oh, I didn't give it a word list. Shit. Hold on. Oh, -f. Okay. So we'll say wordlist DNS main.txt. Cool. I don't think it's going to find much on corp, but let's try it out. GeoHot perform live at DEFCON 22. Why? Okay, this sounds better when I do this. It sounds a lot nicer when you have it on mute. It sounds a lot nicer, yeah. When it's down here, it sounds a lot better. Good? Bad. Good? Bad. I love how he gets pissed off about people asking about his keyboard, and most of you guys went over there after last stream and asked them if he could share his his keyboard with you. I didn't think you guys were gonna do it. You guys are a bunch of trolls. Alright, this thing isn't finding anything. What is happening? 92%, but you just gonna start doing it? Found one. Nice. What did you find? Brute over. What is happening with this tool? You were over here, and then now you're over here? What? You found one what? I am so confused. Is that says sir? I'm not using this anymore. All right, let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's just give it a try. Hey, Gullet Jot, thank you. I appreciate it. Sriracha? Searching Sriracha. I get it. Wait, where's Feldnuke? I'm surprised he's not making a comment. I brought this back for Feldnuke and he's not here. Hey, Feldnuke, if you're watching this VOD, I did it for you, bud. It's here. Bro, what is happening here? What are we doing here? I feel like it's trolling us now. I am so confused by this tool. This is so I don't know. I'm just gonna let it finish. Hey, Subdomain 3, I'm gonna let you finish, but Go Buster is one of the greatest subdomain brute force of all time. It's a Kanye reference if you don't get it. Ooh, what is this? Mock dot endpoint. That looks juicy. While this is still going, and this one is just 404. All right. I don't know if we're gonna run everything through way back URLs, but we might. I don't know if I want to even check. Bro, what are you going back? Are we just in a boot? Are we just in a fucking loop? Forever loop? Was that what's happening? Oh, thank you, Bitcode. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Bitcode. My alarms are fucked up, so it doesn't pop up on the screen anymore. Because Twitch broke everything. Did Twitch break everything? Does anyone know? Okay, this tool might just get a Command C, but who knows? Should we give it the Control C, guys? What are we doing? Should we let it finish? You got it? You got what? Control C. I don't know. I feel like it's a trick question. I hope it's not recursive. No, I didn't give it. No. You're supposed to give it a level. I give it level 1. I didn't say go level 2. See? Ahead of you with that. Oh my lord. It's just not stopping. Maybe it's breaking up the word list. Nope, it's not. What the fuck? Because I don't like YouTube. I don't want to put all my eggs in the same basket. Why? Why is this taking forever? Seriously, what is happening here? Alright. Chat, give me send me a command Control C's if you want to stop this. Also, if you want to remove this, just RMFR. So Control C or RMFR. Give me your give me your poll. Control C. Hey, bug me at Hacker. Thank you for joining. Let it run for a bit, maybe. Everyone's saying RM. Everyone's saying remove it. Yeah, I'm not looking at the code. I'm just gonna trash it. I just want to understand why are we going to why we just stopped. I'm canceling it. Fuck this. Whoa. Oh, maybe the hold on. I think I know why I didn't. We talk too much shit about this tool for no reason. So the CNAME folder is empty. CDN is empty. There's nothing in here. Then what the fuck did you do this whole time? Sorry, I'm a little bit on edge with this thing. No, that's what we're looking at. Like, there's nothing in any of these outputs. Nothing. Literally nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to go... Whoever sent me this, I appreciate it. This is nothing against you. Like, there's nothing wrong with suggesting tools. But this one didn't make the cut. Alright, go Buster. Let's do DNS. And let's give it 50 threads. We'll give it a word list of... I love how I just push up when I could be typing this on my own, but whatever. I never hacked an AWS bucket on a stream. What else? What else do we need? We need to give it a domain, right? Do we want it to be quiet? Don't print the banner. Okay, let's just be quiet. Let's write this output to... Hold on, chief. Recon data. Jeez. Verizon Media, Yahoo. Tools output. And then we'll call go Buster. And then we'll put it in here. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. And then F. Where do I put the domain? Do I not give it a domain? Alright, YOLO. Is it -D? Nope. I know it's a directory. Oh, okay, well, we'll just say 2019.txt. Does this freaking work? It works like a charm. Thank you. See? This is what we need, guys. Okay, so this we know it works. I should have had it show progress, but whatever, that's fine. The fact that we know it's working at least. Is it working though? I don't know. Alright, whatever. Let's let it finish, and then I'm gonna eventually run all of these, not all of these, but all of the other ones. From here into GoBuster, hopefully. Having Kali as main OS is good. No. Why? Why do you need all that stuff? Why? Why do you want to... Yeah, I don't think you need everything that Kali comes with. Honestly, like, it depends. Like, I don't know. Like, depends on what you do. If you use it for your job too, different story. But if you're just doing this to do it, then maybe not. All right. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a coffee again because this is almost out, and get some water. Don't leave. I'm going to go get water, come hack a little bit more, and then Space Raccoon is joining. And I'm beyond excited. Should we run this through Wayback? Should we just YOLO it and see where it goes while I go take a break? All right, we'll do that. Put it behind the screen. Is there a help for this? There isn't. Oh, there is dates. Show data fetch in the first column. Don't include subdomains or targets. No, let's just do... let's do this, and then we'll have it go to 12/2019 endpoints endpoints.txt. Okay. Be back in like literally 2 minutes. Sorry for running an ad on you, but I'll be right back. I hope you have ad block. All right, let me get a coffee. I'll be right back. I made a bad decision, chat. So instead of pouring coffee, I brought the whole jug up with me. So it makes it a little bit easier. Here's some ASMR for those of you who want to listen. There you go. Just hear this out. I hope you heard it. Okay. How's it going? Cold brew indeed. Alright, so it looks like it's finding some really good garbage. Ooh. Dude, this is prime like XSS, I feel like. Hey, before Geo would chew ice sprays. Really? Nah, you're lying. Fuck out of here. Really? No way. That can't be real. Really? I'm having a hard time believing you. Oh, that's funny. What happened? When I left, there was 160 viewers. There's 117 now. What just happened? I want to go show love to Lunas really quickly. I think he's on. I just want to say hi to him really quickly. He supported my streams a lot when I first started. I just want to say hi to him really quickly. Okay, got it, man. Let me say hi. Streaming. I'm live and so. There we go. I want to say hi to him really quickly, and then we'll go on with our day. I don't know what he's playing though. Wait, Bitcode. What was that? You subscribed, huh? Is that what it was? He's a very cool dude. He's been very cool to me. So I just wanted to say hi to him. Let's see what this has, though. This looks like a lot of fun, but I'll let you guys have all the fun with it, but I want to look at it quickly. Let's see. API v3 ad manager. What's that? Is that up? It is up. I don't think there is a swag or anything on these, is there? I think we've maybe seen this before, but let's just do this while we are waiting. What? Runs? Why did I say runs? That's going to be on Twitter. Is that going? What's going to be on Twitter? Euronymous. Thanks, chat. This is why I always advise use a blank system and install tools only when you encounter something needing it. See what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing is like the thing that I'm trying to start doing with my videos. I don't know if you guys watched my last video, like the first thing that I wanted to say was like you don't have to do everything the way I do. You don't even have to agree with the things that I do. I know there's a lot of people watching my videos and going, "Oh, that's not the way to do it." Yeah, absolutely, it's not the way to do it. But it's an idea, like, for you to understand how to do it. You know, like, the whole idea is for you guys to get it. Like, oh, okay, like, this is how he does it. I like this part of it. I don't like this part of it. So, I don't know. Like, I've always been the kind of person to buy a $5 VPS. Like, it's the easiest thing. And I don't make it hard. I don't really give a shit when people look at my stuff and like, oh, you're not doing it the best way. I don't care. I'm doing it the way it works for me. It pays for my bills. It pays for my money. It finds me bugs. The rest I don't care about. Like, you can do whatever fancy crap you want to do, or you know, we can use all the tools you want. But it's just, to me, it's like, what can I do the fastest way possible? Minimize the amount of time I spend on garbage, and maximize the amount of money I make. So I'm really mind blown by this thing right now, because like, this is what I'm gonna get banned for this. If I get banned tomorrow on Twitch, this is why I'm getting banned. Ooh, that's really good. Hold on, let's see what these are. You cannot access this web. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm in. Fuck off. Please don't clip that, guys. We have to do it all over again. Son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? I did. F indeed. Alright, you know what? Screw it. What we're gonna do is okay, you know what? Somebody pass me the salt, because I'm salty right now. Oh my god, I'm irritated. Alright, you know what? Screw it. We're not gonna let it bother us. So we're gonna go through these, and we are going to just have a look. Because I haven't seen a lot of these before. But it goes with Verizon Media, so I don't know if I want to fuck with it. We can also, like, we can always, hold on, let's do this. How do we do this, chat? Let's see, cut the third or fourth? Oh, not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. No. Okay, well, I'm full of mistakes today, it looks like. Alright, so that worked. It gives us something. So we can always do like 4, 5, 6, 7 and see what comes up. Alright, that's not bad. Yeah, I do need coffee for sure. Good call. Okay. Um, this isn't bad. I mean, I know there's a lot of crap that we don't need in here, but my what is this? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Time out. I like SVNs. Are we gonna do this live or should I take the stream down? Alright, so if I get banned from Yahoo, it was not my intention. But we shouldn't get banned, but we'll see. Hopefully paranoids won't hate me, but we're gonna YOLO this thing. So 12. Oh no. Let's grab for SVN. Oh, that looks a lot of fun. Especially this one. Oh, it's probably gone by now. Oh, it's not gone. Oh, it is gone. Okay. Whew. That would have been bad. I mean, not bad for me, but, you know, bad for them. Okay, it's not there. We're good. Not breaking any rules. I thought it was going to be there. For a second there, my heart, you know, kind of just started pounding, but we're good now. That was a good try, though. I mean, it's not bad to have these now, because I know they do it in, you know, this is how they do it. At least for ad. Wait. What about the other ad sites that we're just hitting? Ads. No, there's more ad sites. Hold on. Time out. We're doing too many things at once. First of all, some API endpoints here, reports and search. Good to know they exist. Who cares though? Yeah, if I get banned, then we'll go over to Mixer. Let's go to search and destroy. Let's go to our data, and then what we're going to do is we are going to just look for anything that has ads in it. Okay, maybe that was. Wait, you know what? We'll call this a Tom Nom Nom show today. Tom, are you watching? I hope you are. We're gonna go to Tom Nom Nom show, and we're going to go to Meg. Do I have Meg installed? Nope. Wait, I do have Meg installed. Cool. Maybe we should hit every single ad space with this and see if it comes up with anything. Shut up, Meg. Alright, let's do Meg. Why did I create a directory? That's not what I wanted. What is wrong with me today? Alright. Meg.txt. And, alright, well then. Host. Come on, Meg. Make it happen. Shut up, British Meg. That's funny. Alright, is this going to work? You wanted to make it verbose? Alright. Alright, here you go. Oh, no, that's not. There's no way. I don't believe that. I don't believe in that. No way. No way. Oh, no way, Jose. See, didn't work. That kind of gave me a heart attack for a sec, but. Oh, that was kind of scary for a sec. My life flashed before my eyes. Ton of garbage, but garbage, more garbage, more garbage. Why is it ads and not ads? I don't know. I think that's just how they named it. That's what we found. I didn't put that there. It was just found like that. All right. Well, where was it that I failed? All right. Let's see what's back here real quick. Don't need you. Screen R. What we need here? We do not need you. Uh-oh. What just happened? What'd I do? Okay, that's not there anymore. Okay, we're good. This is going strong. I don't know why we're... Oh, I mean... Yeah, let's just leave it. There's an invites. Not garbage. Tons and tons of garbage for now. So Mig did some stuff. Let's go to out and crap. Okay, so none of these are. There's got to be a better way to parse all this. They're all ads, so we can just skip. You know what? We can do is we can skip ads, but screw it. Let's just go through it quick. We'll go through it backwards though. So 404. Can I search through? No, I can't search through this. Is there a 200? Index them and out. Oh. Wait, what does this look like? Hold on. Okay, let's just look at this really quickly, and then we're gonna just do grab 200. This is what you wanted me to do, I think. Well, it's all on ads, so there's nothing. We didn't find it at all anywhere else. Pipe into by Tom. We don't need it right now. I mean, it did what I wanted it to do. It is very useful. So what else we can do is we can just do that. Hold on. And let's do meg.txt really quick. So what I want to look for with Meg is I want to look for those application waddles really quickly. Application.waddle v1 application.waddle, and then we'll do API application.waddle, and then we'll do API v1, and then we'll do swagger UI.html, and then v1 API v1, API v1, and then let's do this. And then do this. I'm sure there's an easy way to do this, but and then we'll also look for swagger.json. All right, we're gonna run all these against every single host because we can. Okay. No such host. What do you mean no such host? Oh, hold on. RM host. And that's not grep for ads. Oh, duh. We don't even need to do that. What's wrong with me today? I don't even need to cat for anything. So Meg is there. And then host is... Can I do host like this? Hold on. Nope. Hold on. I know what I'm doing wrong. Hold on. Alright. I should have done this automated, but whatever. Okay, cool. Now, does that work? I can see chat from the corner of my eye, and I'm scared of looking at it. Hey, Loon. Thanks for joining. Waddle sounds like Pokemon. It's not gonna get banned stuff. How's it working to now hammer the URLs? Add/meg. Oh, okay, yeah, I did that. Rate limit. Nope. Not rate limit. There's a thing called Meg Plus. Try that. Yeah, too late. Is anything coming as 200 yet? No, not yet. What is this one? Index is in there, is it? Oh, it is there. Cool. Some stuff is coming as 200, but I highly doubt. Like, there's no way. Yeah, like the ops one, dude. There's no way. Not history. Are you there? Please be there. Oh yes, I've seen this Nevik stuff everywhere and I have not figured it out. And this is an internal thing, so F. But whatever, we're good. We're not gonna. Hey, if you guys pop this thing, will you promise me to involve my name somewhere in the submission? If you pop this thing, just put my name in your submissions. Yikes. X, what'd you post? Did you post this before? Hold on. Ha, nice. I just saw your message. That's awesome. You sent that, what, 15 minutes ago? Hey, Mr. Don, how's it going? Yeah, this domain is definitely brand new. Not history is definitely brand new. I'm willing to put money on it, and I'm willing to put money that there's more stuff on this. Let's waddle this thing. Let's waddle it. The waddle. The waddle. The waddle. There you go. Here's the waddle if anyone wants it. It's cheesy, but it's good. Nice. So this is not new. We just missed it before is what you're saying. Yeah, this is very, very interesting to see. Should we directory brute force it? Let's just see what comes up. Why does this keep on doing this every time I said directory search? You want the waddle? You're not familiar with the waddle? Alright, I'll give you the waddle. Honestly, this is like the most garbage script I've ever written in my life, but here you go. You know what? Let me see if I'm on GitHub real quick. Let's just go in here and do it. Screw it. I'm just going to manually, because fuck it, why not? Contents discovery. The waddle. This grabs endpoints from a application waddle and puts them. Here you go. Enjoy. Most garbage cancerous thing I've ever written in my life, but whatever. Gets the job done. Who cares? Alright, so this is still going strong. Very, very strong. And this is just waddling itself. Alright. So let's go to out, and then we'll grab 200. Boom, more stuff. No way. This is all garbage. This doesn't look like garbage, but it's 301. Grep V301. So I do not care. And then let's do this. Okay, let's do it again. Guess what the name of my Windows XP VM? Waddle? What the heck? What the heck? Why is 404 coming up? Let's just make it more cancerous. Okay. Highly doubt you exist, but I'm going to hit it anyways. Cool. You know what's really cool we could do, actually? You know what? Haha! Haha! We can do this. The waddle. Should we waddle this? I don't know if we should waddle this. What do you think, chat? Should we YOLO this? Haha, nice. Your first scan. what does the WADL stand for? Let's see. Web application something, right? Description language. Here we go. Okay, the WADL is, I don't know if I should WADL this. Should we, guys? What do you think? I think it's too early to do the WADL. And I feel like half of these aren't going to be up anyways. We can screenshot all of these and make our lives easier. I don't know why I'm not doing that, but that is an option. This one we've seen before, right? I think we have. Yeah. Alright, let's see what else it's found. Because it's going to what? It's going to V1 now, but none of these are bringing anything back. It just says that it's there, even though it's not. RSS.tv, no way. Yeah, didn't think so. I mean, the best chance for all this is just to, like, screenshot it. Which gives me an idea on a new tool to write. Oh, this is still going. And hold up. Oh, what? There's two of them? No way. Not history. Not history. So it's the same one when you do API, is it? I think it is. This shouldn't work, so yeah, it's just the same one. Alright, chat, where are you at? WADL is basically what every JSON API is missing the documentation, pretty much. The other trick to do is, like, which I forgot about, is, hold on, I'll show it to you guys. The other one we should have tried was REST WADL. This is another good one to try. So, okay, what time is it? It's 11:30. I have another 30 minutes. Let's go and dumpster dive through these. Oh boy, let's not do that. I'm gonna let that finish. Let's see how this is going. I think this is still going, right? Yeah, this is still going through it all. So as soon as that's over, we can pretty much screenshot all of this. By the way, I started using, I switched from Aquatone for my personal use to Eyewitness. Loving it so far. So people that were suggesting it, thank you. I ended up using it. And it's been great so far. All right, well, is this done yet? Hasn't found anything new. Ooh, migration.cn. No way. No freaking way. Okay. So there are some stuff that we could definitely look at. And there are definitely a lot of garbage in here. And there's 150 of these. There's no way we can do this manually. But I wonder if Aquatone could do this without making a mess. Is it Chrome path? What is a Chrome path? Yeah, it is Chrome path. And then let's do which Chromium. Okay, so let's use Chrome or Chromium, and then we'll do Chrome path and oops, not what I wanted, but all right. And we'll give it what, 50 threads? No targets found in input. What? There's definitely. I know why. Shit. Okay. Well, we need to do this, and then we also need to make sure. Hold on one sec. Okay, so we don't need to do anything else. So we need to do this, and that should do it, I think. But this is not over yet, so I want to wait it out. All right, hold on one second, see what this is. I think this is going to take a while, so let's give it another 10-15 minutes. This is why I like doing these on Saturdays, because I pop into Rainbow Six sometimes, or like I can play video games during it. Which, by the way, anyone here play Rainbow Six on PC or Xbox? Because I mean, who plays on Xbox anymore? But anybody here play? Ooh, Jam. Are you in? Anyone? Okay, I don't mean to like. I don't want to play with lag too much, but anybody here like closer to me? Azana, are you? You're not in the U.S., are you? I don't know if you are. Don't tell me if you are, if you don't feel comfortable about it. Well, I want to play. I do want to play Rainbow Six. I'm on the West Coast, in the best coast. No, I played with people in Europe, bro. I played with people in UK before. It wasn't that bad. Damn. Minesweeper. I think West Coast is the best coast, but I like the East Coast. Holy crap! There's a lot of stuff in here now. Let's just see how many more we have found. Ooh, Prism. I think this one we've seen already too. Just good memory, see? Easy. Easy peasy. We're gonna run all of these though. Don't worry about it. We're gonna look at every single one of these. Yeah, anyone want to play Rainbow Six after this? Let me know. I may stay on after Space Raccoon leaves and stream a little bit of Rainbow. We can do 4v4s or 5v5s or whatever. You found the bug live. I did not find anything live. I want to visit the national parks and stuff on the West Coast. Dude, X, we gotta get you to come out to DEF CON next year. Did you go to DEF CON this year, X? This past year? Hey, if you want to buy, I'm not endorsed by Ubisoft. I wish I was. If you want to buy Rainbow Six, it's $8 right now. Go do it. I don't even leave my house. Same, except if I have to go to like a conference. Troll people on Omegle. This next sentence comes to you by Ubisoft. Please buy Rainbow Six for $8. You said ad? Everyone who's not a subscriber right now and doesn't have ad blocker is going to be triggered. I ran an ad for 60 seconds. Wait, what? Why am I hearing myself? That was trippy. Alright, this is still going on. Holy shit. How many hosts did we hit this with? Alright, I think it's getting... Oh, I didn't do sort you when we ran that original, did I? Yeah, I'm getting a lot of... dupes in there. Which is not the business at all. Wow, this is going to take forever, isn't it? Why isn't Kali a good replace for macOS for main? Why do you need Kali with all the tools that it comes with? Like, why do you think you need Kali? Why not install Ubuntu vanilla by itself? Like, Why not install? Why not install your own tools? Is what I don't get. Is my mic low? I think it's just you. I used to have a VPN on while doing this, but it kind of slowed down my stream, so just YOLOing it. Put him on timeout if he says Cali again. Add that to the rules. You say Cali, you get banned. Yummy crayons, what's happening? So I'm scanning all of the subdomains that I found for Yahoo for application waddle. Well, mostly application waddle, but the point is to find documentation on their API. So if you look at some of the stuff that we've found so far, there's a lot of false positives here, but some of the ones that we did find gave us some really juicy stuff, like not history, where'd it go? Like this one. So when you find these API documentations, half of the time is like, this is supposed to be internal for most of the time, I feel like. Like, oath.cloud is an internal host, I'm pretty sure. So I'm looking for documentation, and then I'm feeding this to a script that I call the waddle. Don't ask. And the waddle pulls all of these endpoints and then puts them in an API file that I have. No, don't be sorry. Wait, how is my mic low? Hold on. X, can you hear me okay? Or security, if you're around, can you hear me okay? And tell me if that made a difference, because yeah, there we go. So I'm not low. Good? Everyone hear me? All right, way better. Light mode? Whoa, wait, what? All right, I'm going to put my music back on. I think it's, yeah, I'm not talking directly into it, so now I'm going to be more conscious of it. All right, so is this done? Holy shit. Let's see. How much is... So let's see if any of these come up with anything. I feel like we have a lot of false positives. Yeah, a lot of them. That's okay. We'll take screenshots of everything and we'll figure it out. Is the music too loud? Bit? Oh, hold on. I wanted to thank you all, by the way. So everybody that donated to this, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate everybody's help. We raised $10,000 in 3 days. Like, this hit goal in less than 3 days, and it's mind-blowing to know everybody donated. So if your name is on here, I appreciate everybody for donating. I know a ton of you messaged me. There was a group of people that were just donating it directly to me to put it in here. I appreciate it. You know, people that I do know: Ash, Brett, Smeagol's, Technogeek, Justin, Irby, Sam. Ashcon is one of my Persian friends. Tom, everybody, you know, Johnny, Anchorman, everybody here donating. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Doggy G, Chase, Alex Chapman, Sam. Thank you so much. Seriously, I appreciate it. I wanted to put my platform into good use, and this was honestly the best way to do it, and I appreciate it. So, if you donated, if you're subscribed, you still donated to this. If you're a subscriber of mine, you donated to this. You were a part of this. All 147 of you, or 45 or whatever it is. Every donation, like from Bitcode, Bidwise, Ash, everybody that donated a subscription. I appreciate it. Persian friends. He's one of my old school friends. Present friends. No, I'm not present. But yeah, I want to say thank you so much for doing this. The other thing is, if you want to ask me a question, I'm doing this. I'm going to drop this link. If you want to ask me a question, you're more than welcome to throw it in here. I haven't done it yet. There's 300 something questions, almost 300 questions. And as soon as it's done, I'm going to record a video. So send them in. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for everyone donating. I want to make sure I do that live from Twitch jail days. This is still going. Wow. Do it live. Do what live? Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe. Maybe. That's not a bad idea. So, like, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to do for my QA was, I was going to tweet out and say, tell me to do the most random thing in the world while I do my QA. So, like, maybe I go to Vim and just get stuck as I answer QA, right? But I wanted to do something super random. Like the most liked tweet under my tweet. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know. It's something funny that I was thinking about. I want to make it more fun that, than just doing a QA. But we'll see. QA, yeah. This is still going strong. Holy crap. Oh, holy crap. Look at that. There's a lot of 301s and 302s though. So let's go through some of these a little bit more. It's safe to assume the KR sites aren't even up anymore. I don't know why it says be right back, but that's interesting that this one is the one that came up 200. Nothing else but this one. Let's see what this has really quick. What is this? Oh, policies.oath. Okay. Unsubscription. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Nope. Can you do this? Or are you useless? Yeah, you're useless, aren't you? I don't think there's any APIs in here. Just a quick, some stuff, but hold on one sec. Zshana mode on. I miss Zshana. I don't know where he went. Let me text him actually right now. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't talked to him in a while. Thank you for reminding me. I haven't seen him around in a while, and I know he's working really, really hard on some stuff. Yeah, he's I messaged him the other day. Someone on my Twitter like sent me a DM. It's like, hey, he just deleted everything. You might want to check up on him. They made it look like it was a bigger deal than it is, but I messaged him immediately. He's cool. He's just taking some time off. I don't blame him. I'm exhausted from doing a lot of these. I think he got burnt out. It's hard to do, like, if you think about it from his perspective, he's doing bug bounties full time, and he's doing trainings, and he's doing streams, and then there's a pressure of putting out content, and then, I don't know. I think I hurt him and I's relationship pretty hard when I fucked up my stream, and I started streaming the day I was supposed to be on his stream, and unintentionally, and I got a lot of shit for it. And he didn't really care to fix it. I mean, no, that's not right to say. He didn't care so much about it for us to want to fix it. But I kind of feel like it got us in a rough place. So, god damn it, now I sing Swagger UI. Jesus. It's doing it one by one. Alright, let's just do Aquatone. Who cares? I'm not gonna wait. I don't have that much time. I only have 10 more minutes. Let's see if the screenshots work. I hope he's fine too, but that was my rant about him. Like, I love Zshano. Him and I somehow became, like, we clicked. We didn't become really good friends, like, but we clicked when we met. I hung out with him a lot when I went to Amsterdam. He was there too. He's a super cool dude. I wish he would be streaming more, and I wish him and I could do some more fun stuff together, like work-wise, but It is what it is. I hope he's watching, and if he is watching, I hope he gets back online and streams more. And I hope he's doing okay with the burnouts. Burnouts are not fun. That's kind of why I didn't want to stream this Tuesday and this Saturday that just passed. So alright, it's just taking the screenshots. Let's see where it goes. I don't expect us to find a ton of stuff, but we'll see. Let's see how our other one is doing. Oh, just completely just... Alright, let's see. Let's see if it's found anything like SVMs anymore. What the fuck am I doing? Grep. I think my computer is just, my server is just not having it anymore. Yeah, if you guys want to show him some love, just tweet at him and say your name came up. We all hope you're doing good. Yeah, someone send him a tweet. Say, hey, NahamSec's talking about you. Hope you're doing good. All the best, whatever. Like I would honestly would love to see that. I think it's just, I don't know, it's really hard to be doing all that at the same time. Like, it's a very hard thing to balance between hacking and content and work and, you know, all that good stuff. So, no thanks. Get out of here. So not a whole lot of SVN. Lots of garbage though. Let's do this instead. Maybe that would help. Okay, nothing outside of ads. That's fine. Let's see what we find for PHP maybe. Outside of ads. Oh boy, that was a bad idea. So it looks like developers used to be WordPress at some point, which is good to know. Thinking about excluding dev next, but we'll see. Uh-oh. There we go. Not a whole lot of interesting stuff. Let's look for API maybe. API status. Oh, that's developer though. So there isn't too much. Okay. Bunch of JS stuff. These look really interesting to me for some reason. These ads. There's gotta be more to these. Yeah, I feel like there's more to these. Alright, let's keep going. The AU sites seem to not be in scope most of the time. I used Meg and I used some other tools by Tom Nom Nom. Okay, I'm gonna jump off for 5 minutes before I bring on Space Raccoon. I wish I would have done this earlier a little bit. It's 4 a.m. his time, so keep that in mind that he's staying up or waking up super early to do this with us. And I'm super glad that he's joining us. All right. How are we doing so far? We got time. So baseball is just garbage. It's just a ton of players, but What's the goal with what you're doing here? So I pulled everything from Wayback Machine or Archives, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going through it. But baseball has a lot of garbage, so I'm just gonna add another grep v to add player. I'm looking for API endpoints. Anything that could be a slash API. Maybe next I'm going to do slash API slash v1. Let's do v1. Nothing. Wow, that's very interesting. What if we just look for v1? Very interesting if nothing comes up. Okay, there is some stuff, but some stuff. Very small amount of stuff, though. I think this didn't finish fully. I'm gonna open up the... Yeah, let's do... I think this only went up all the way through G. Yeah, because everything after Geo didn't get done. So after we do this next time. Didn't know you can play fantasy golf. What's up, Tinako? How's it going? Alright, chat. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. No, actually, I'll wait. I'm going to wait a couple more minutes before I head out for a break, for a minute break. Get water, get my notes, and then we're going to bring on Space Raccoon. I'm excited to interview Space Raccoon, by the way. Okay, this is done. Let's, should we do a Pi server? What's the Python 3 web server syntax? Let's just do this. Do I have Pi server on here? No. Shit, I don't know what my IP is here. You guys could have the IP if you want it. I did it on 8,000? Yeah. Oh, thank you for the cheer, Dustin. Dust, I appreciate it. Ooh, what happened here? Did I not write this right? I don't think I did this right. Alright. Alright, let's use the old school one. Alright. Okay. Let's get the report. If you hit this, just so you know. Oh, I'm such a dumbass for doing that. So, there is a bunch of them that we can actually use, it looks like. There are more than... Thank you, Dustbin. I appreciate it. So, there is a lot of stuff in here that we could probably use next time. I need to have someone take notes of, like, what we need to use. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. I love how my mods are getting gifted. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Alright, so some of these are very useful. Some of them are very useless, depending on how you look at it. I am doing an interview here in a sec. This also looks interesting. At least in the screenshot. Alright, what time is it? Shit, 4 minutes. I'll be right back. Give me 3 minutes. I'll be right back. And then when I come back, I'm going to have Space Raccoon on here.
There you go.
All right, chat. I'm back. I have Space Raccoon with me now that I'm back. And
All right.
before I do get started, I've been wanting to interview you for a very long time. But unfortunately, you are in a very, very messed up time zone, or I'm in a very messed up time zone for you. So, for those of you that
Yeah.
don't know, Space Raccoon is joining me at 4 a.m. his time. He's been very, very. He's volunteering to stay up at 4 a.m. for us. So we want to make this fun. We're gonna have. Have you watched any of my interviews before?
Yeah, I've been watching a couple of the previous ones, Andre from the last round.
That's one of my good ones. Yeah. So you know the format. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
you just some questions about you, kind of who you are. I want people to know you. Like you just won the MVH at the H1213 event in LA, and you just joined Disturbance not too long ago.
Yeah.
And you just started hacking again not too long ago either, right? When did you start doing bug bounties?
Started in January basically, started this year. Started out with the GovTech first challenge they had in January, and that was pretty much my introduction to hacking. And it was pretty cool. Um, Actually, that was my first challenge, and I found one duplicate bug, not that successful, but after that, I just kept coming back for more.
So how did you hear about bug bounties? Like what was it that like pointed you to bug bounties? Like how did you hear about Hacker101 or any bug bounty programs at all?
Yeah, so there's basically this the GovTech challenge. So what happened was that, I was just kind of doing my thing, just trying to, I just graduated from college, did computer science, and I had a background in web development, so I was just, not I just resumed my military service in Singapore,
Okay.
and I was just trying to look for something to do in my weekends and stuff like that. And then the Singapore government had a challenge on HackerOne basically, and I thought, okay, this looks interesting. I've never done hacking before, so I signed up, and they gave us these free. HackerOne gives out a free ebook to everyone to learn hacking, and I read it. I tried to, I tried to do well in the challenge. Didn't do well, and but it was actually just my first introduction to hacking in general. It's and it was an interesting experience because I didn't have much time on my weekends, and I came in, found one bug, but it was like I think I missed it by like 10 reports or something. So I could, yeah.
That
So it was
sucks.
kind of it was that's how they kind of hook you because after experiencing something like that, you just keep coming back for more, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you actually get a bug or a bounty the next time.
So what is your background like? Were you a computer science student? Did you do anything in, development? Like what is your background that, what did you know about just tech in general before you started hacking?
Yeah, so this is pretty interesting because sometimes I feel like at the last event I was talking to a couple of the hackers,
Mm-hmm.
and like and some of them have been hacking since they were kids basically. There's this they kind of started out with computers, started hacking games, and then got into hacking that way. But the thing is, for me, was I did not have much of a background. At best, I was doing like WordPress blogs, and oh, I want to make a theme or I want to make a little tweak here and there. When I first started college, um, I started out as a history student, and I was a history,
Wow.
and I actually I didn't do computer science as my only major. I actually started out with history, and I added computer science as my second major. And most of my background then was in web development because I wanted to, apply my computer science stuff. And so that's what I picked up. I picked up web development, did some freelance web development.
Okay.
And I think that was a good background for hacking actually, because,
Absolutely.
when you know how to build something, it makes it a lot easier to break something. And um, that was kind of my background. So about 2.5 years of computer science because I started computer science really late in college, and then about a year of web development. a year or two for web development.
That makes sense. I mean, I think having a solid web development background really, really helps, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I think that makes sense a little bit because, like, starting in January, and it hasn't been a year, but you're already an MVH, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got invited to a live hacking event, you then got an MVH, and you've gone through it all within the, what is it, 10, 11 months? Wait, it's December now, within a year almost. Um,
Yeah.
what is, so like this next question, I don't know if you can relate to this more than anybody else, but a lot of the older hackers that I chat with, the thing that I ask them usually is, like, if you could go back in time and you wish you knew three things before you got started in bug bounties, what were they? Yours is pretty short. So a year ago, if you went back into the first day you got back into hacking and you wish you could tell yourself three things, what would it be?
So my first thing would be definitely believe in yourself a lot more, because I think when I first started out, I had a lot of like imposter, like
Yeah.
obviously because I was just starting out. And I felt like I didn't dive into a lot of programs that way because, if you look at my HackerOne history, I really got my start with Starbucks,
Yeah.
and that was kind of my comfort zone. So it was always just hacking on Starbucks, hoping to find something, and I didn't really look at other programs because I think in I was kind of telling myself like, oh, I only did well because I know Starbucks so well, and if I tried anything else, I would definitely like crash and burn, because you get invited to these private programs, right? And you see like these top hackers, and and they found like like I don't know, dozens of bugs, and
Yeah.
you feel like, if as a newbie, you see like, what am I going to find? I'm going to find nothing, right? But I think as I spend more time hacking on HackerOne, you realize that, even these top hackers, they only have so much time in a day,
Mm-hmm.
or, and they only have, everyone only has 24 hours in a day, right? And they're
Yep.
not going to be like looking at every single program they're in. So they might have been number one in this program, but they're not hacking on it actively anymore. And a lot of these programs, they're always adding new features, new endpoints. So there's always a chance for you to find something. I think that was kind of something I wish I knew at the start. And I think I could have found a lot more bugs that way.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I think secondly, I think I'll just tell myself like, um, just pick up a lot of bug classes. Like go for breadth instead of depth
Yeah.
when you first start, because for me, I was only comfortable with like a few bug classes, especially IDORs and stuff like that. And I only picked up like CSRF, um, I think midway through, so in June basically. And I feel like, it's a simple bug class when you know what to look for.
Yeah.
And I felt like I missed out on a lot of bugs early on because of that, because I would just focus on a couple of things I knew. But I think honestly, a lot of hunting bugs is just knowing what to look for. And once you know what to look for, it makes it a lot faster and easier to find a bug.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Do you have one
yeah.
more?
And um, not really. I think those two are kind of
Okay, that's fair.
the big
So
things.
the first
Yeah.
thing you talked about was, and I love that you brought it up because I ask
Oh
every
yeah, I think
guest.
your chat,
Yeah, my
the
everyone's saying the
chat.
chat isn't
uh,
working just because I don't know why Twitch broke all my widgets, so none of them work today.
Oh, bummer.
Um,
Yeah.
but one of the things I want to ask you, and this is something that I'm gonna also like talk about in a little bit, is imposter syndrome. Like I dealt with it a lot last week. I don't think most of my viewers know this, but I'll tell my story in a sec. But I want to hear yours because I feel like being a newer hacker, the imposter syndrome is a lot harder to deal with, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
do you still deal with that
Um,
going to these events? Like, to this day, right now, when you go to an event, do you have, not even an event, when you're hacking, do you deal with imposter syndrome?
um, I honestly, I think so, because like I mentioned at events, some you talk to some hackers and you're like, it's a very classic like hacker story, right? Like hacking since they're a kid,
Yeah, yeah,
um, maybe had a brush with the law, because they're in some kind of server somewhere they shouldn't be, and so for me, I don't have that background at all, and I was always kind of more of a humanities student,
Yeah,
I wanted to be a writer when I was a kid.
that's awesome.
So uh, yeah, so I felt like, in some ways I didn't really have that kind of a story. And I think even now when I'm hacking, because you picked it for me, I really picked it up in the year, and I was like, oh, I took a year to learn this. So what do I actually know? Sometimes you're wondering like, oh, do these other hackers have like extremely like top payloads, or do is there something I'm missing out? So I always feel like I'm wondering if I'm missing something
Yeah.
uh, that that isn't just out there, because everything I learned from Hacker 101 or whatever's out in the internet, and I don't know what I don't know when it comes to hacking.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like the imposter syndrome for me, like I'll talk about it a little bit just because like I dealt with it just this last week. I just released a video for newer hackers on how to set up their box, right? I didn't want to release that
Yeah,
video. I had like crazy amounts of imposter syndrome. And like I'm messaging Stoke at some point, like, "Hey, dude, what do you think about this video? Should I release this?" Like, it's like, dude, absolutely, you shouldn't. Like, there's like just wall of text between him and I just going on. Like, I sent him the link to the video, and like we're just going back and forth, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't know if I want to release this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I explained this right
yeah,
enough, or I did a good enough job, or people are gonna understand me. So like, I still deal with it. And so I wonder, like going to the events, I'm not hacking at these knife hacking events. I still deal with imposter syndrome being in that crowd, right? Like you sit there and you see all these like smart people that have found some
yeah,
crazy
for
bugs,
sure.
and you tell yourself like, "Ooh, what am I gonna do?" And then you hear you get the MVH belt, which is insane, which is awesomely insane. So the next thing I want to talk about is Hacker 101. So you mentioned you learned everything on Hacker 101. How did you learn everything on Hacker 101? Did
Uh,
you just go do the CTFs, watch the content and do CTFs, or did you do something in parallel to it? Did you tell yourself I'm gonna learn this bug first, go to the next one? Like what was that process like?
yeah. So for me, because it was right after the first challenge I told you about, where I only found one duplicate bug, and I kind of and that was after I read the ebook. I read a lot of resources, and I felt like I still was super lost. So, and when I looked at the website, I didn't know where to start. So I told myself that I have to get some practical experience,
Yep.
and Hacker 101 was great for that. And what I told myself is that I'm gonna finish every single one of those, um, every single CTF on Hacker
You
101,
did every single one of
and
them
that's
already.
well, back then, back
Okay.
before they had like, yeah. So basically, what I did was, I decided to go through every single CTF and finish them, and that was kind of the challenge I set to myself. And I think, I think Panda's here, but there are a couple of people from the Hacker 101 Discord back then who would know what I'm talking about, because I was just bugging every single mod on the server, saying like, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? And I think just going through that process of about a month or so, finishing every single CTF was super helpful, because I was focused completely on learning,
Mm-hmm.
and and that's the thing, because now I kind of wish I had more time for that, because now I'm like, oh, if I'm learning, I'm also not hacking.
Yeah.
And the cost benefit thing is like, oh, I kind of wanted to spend more time hacking rather than learning. And I kind of miss that. And I think just having that time for myself was super helpful to build that foundation.
So what did you like? What were the first three things you learned? Like when you went to Hacker 101, you said, I'm gonna learn all these things. What were the first three things or the first two things you went after?
Hmm. So if you actually start the very first Hacker 101 challenge, I'm not sure what it is like. It's just like a simple, or it's called like a simple challenge or something, right? And for me, it actually took, it actually took a little longer, because I didn't realize I was just clicking around, but all I had to do was like read the source code. Like I had to like open the HTML source
Dumb
code,
look.
right?
Yeah.
So definitely the first thing I learned was, you gotta, you can't just do the easy stuff. You actually gotta read what's in the code, um, and think from there. And the other, I think the second thing was probably XSS and IDOR.
Okay.
And IDOR still remains one of my favorite bug classes, basically.
Really?
Yeah, I think because in some ways it's very simple, but there are many ways to look for it, uh, and to make that happen. and always the impact is actually if it, if you're not like doing something like, oh, what are the favorite items of a user, but if you're getting stuff like, oh, the PII of the user, then the impact is always there.
Yeah, I agree. I think IDOR is still one of the better paying bugs. Like after XSS, IDOR should be the next thing you learn. I think it's super easy and super straightforward, right?
Yeah, and there's some automation for that, but honestly, the thing is, when I hack, I don't actually use any automation, but
Really?
you can still find it pretty easily. Yeah, I wish I did actually. I really should.
So let's talk
But
about that. Do you do any recon?
yeah, actually, so I tried for a while, like because I watched your stream and I saw like a bunch of people making so much money over like Verizon wide scope programs.
Yeah.
Uh, but honestly, everything I do is manual. Like I do fuzzing for directories. I fuzz for obviously I still hunt for subdomains
Mm-hmm.
for certain programs, but I don't actually have a box running anymore like 24/7 like that pings me if there's a new domain or whatever. I mostly do it manually.
So what does recon mean to you, dude? Like what I want to understand is what is like recon to you? What is your recon process like?
Yeah. So for me, I think one recon that I rely on a lot is definitely like directory fuzzing with FFUF,
Fluff, okay.
because yeah, that just gives me some visibility on the app in general. Uh, but most of it is just me browsing through the app, finding interesting things. And I focus a lot on core apps. And one thing you realize about core apps is that there are actually a lot of ways to approach it. So it might just be a web app, right? They might just give you the domain and you think it's just a web app, but you can actually find like maybe there's a mobile version of that app and it hits a different API on that domain. And that is still something you can do and look at. So as long as you look at, so I found like XSSs or like bugs that would have been impossible on the website because for some reason they have like a WAF on it, WAF.
Right.
But because I downloaded some janky like mobile app that they built like 5 years ago for that website, and it somehow there it hits new interesting endpoints for you that you wouldn't have found otherwise.
Okay. So you're doing mostly your recon around content discovery, not so much about asset discovery as much.
Yeah, and that's something I definitely want to pick up. Actually, I think next year I want to focus on two things. I want to focus on mobile as well as discovery, kind of on recon and automation in general. I think there's still two big areas that I haven't really gone into.
So here's my question for you. You talked about
Yeah.
having that web developer background, right? And the biggest thing that I ask all my guests is like, all right, do you think as a bug bounty hunter, is coding a requirement or is it a prerequisite or is it a supplement?
So, you know, I I think it's not a requirement because anyone can start up a burp spin and monitor logs and
Yeah.
gradually learn things from there. But my experience now trying to learn mobile is that it makes a huge difference if if you had some kind of like coding background or development background, because like I mentioned, if you know how to build something, you know how to break it, and um, you kind of understand, like have a better understanding of the internals of an app
Mm-hmm.
or what a developer would do or where they would make mistakes. Um, and there are so many little, I think a lot of more subtle bugs or more critical bugs that actually rely on a knowledge of these things, and because you're starting from the low hanging fruit where everyone's fuzzing parameters and stuff like that. But then you go into like framework specific bugs like Ruby on Rails or
Yeah.
they have these development options that you might not know of, and that's why when you kind of understand the first principles of where bugs come from or what they could mean for an app, I think it helps you write better reports and also find them a lot easier.
So I think what you're trying to say is it's not a requirement per se, but the more you have, the more tools you have in your tool belt, the better, right? The more the merrier, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, how about certs? Do you personally have any certificates, or are you just a one man show? I've learned everything, self thought, self improvement, everything on your own, or do you think you need to have? Do you have any certs, or do you want to get any certs? What do you take? What is your take on it?
Yeah, so around July this year, I actually self-funded my offensive security like web expert cert.
Nice. How's that?
So yeah, it was actually pretty tough because at first you thought it'd be like, oh, it's the same as bug bounty, but actually that cert is a more of a white box kind of cert. So you do a lot of code review, you do a lot of decompiling of like .NET and Java, uh, and that was kind of a new area for me. And I honestly didn't think it helped that much in bug bounty, uh, but it gave me a better understanding of these like because sometimes in bug bounty you encounter like GSP or
Mm-hmm.
ASPX, and now you kind of like have a better idea of like what's going on behind the scenes. Um, but it definitely didn't help me find bounties yet, I think.
Did you So when you did OSWE, I think is what it is, web expert. Yeah. When you
Yeah.
do that, did you have to understand .NET, or is that something they teach you as you go through the course?
Yeah, so that's something they teach you as you go along the course. And I think it's specifically like because they teach deserialization. Uh,
Wow.
and that was always something I wanted to learn because you read
Same.
about it, it sounds super cool. It's basically an RCE, right, in a
Yeah,
bag.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so it's more about understanding deserialization and vulnerable gadgets in apps than you know dealing with GSP or ASP
Right.
directly.
So would you recommend OS? So for me, would you recommend, if I asked you, would you recommend that to me personally? Would you?
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, I recommend it only because like it's always worth. I think the stuff they teach you is kind of pretty comprehensive. You get a better background, and it also teaches you the practice of reading code because uh, you know the course and the exam they basically emphasize a white box approach, and bug bounty a lot of the time you're just doing a black box kind of attack where you're
Yeah.
just fuzzing parameters or like you're going from the outside, right?
Yeah.
But I think the white box approach, there's a few rare times when it comes in handy, and when it does, it's going to be super useful. It's going to set you apart from other hackers, I think.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, I'm not good at code review at all, and that's something that I really, really want to get into. And I think that's really good advice. I think I may go after this before I go to my OSC. So that's the only cert you have done is the web expert.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Um, do you think? So you say it doesn't matter for bug bounty hunting so much, not yet at least. So you don't think it's something that you must do as a bug bounty hunter, but it's a good thing to have on your tool belt again. Um,
Yeah, and maybe get someone to pay for it, someone else to pay
how
for it.
much was it? Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Uh, I think it was like 1.7 US dollars. Okay, yeah,
Wow, $1,700. That's not
yeah,
bad though.
yeah.
So let's see. So what? How do you? Let's talk about life work balance. I'm sure you have other stuff you do outside of hacking, and I'm sure it takes a lot of time to focus and get into hacking and try to find bugs regularly. First of all, do you do bug hunting full time?
No, yeah. So I'm still doing my military service in Singapore, which is very much like a full-time thing, and I'm starting my job next year, and I will still be part-time bug hunting.
So how do you balance that between your? I assume you have to do some sort of training for the military, and I'm sure you're going
Yeah,
to be very
yeah.
tired at some days. How do you balance that? How is life work balance for you, dude?
Honestly, there's not much balance. I feel like I've sacrificed a lot of sleep
I bet.
this year, and try to catch up on that. Like, and in the week, and I'm still trying to find that balance. But I think for me, because it's something I really enjoy, it's something I get sucked into. Like I started hacking, and then I look up, it's like, oh, it's 2 a.m. Uh, and so I don't think that's much. Yeah, it's still something I'm working on, trying to balance that.
But what keeps you motivated? Is it the extra cash? Is it the self improvement? Is it that you're challenging yourself to learn something new? Like, what's the end game here for you with bug bounties?
Yeah, I think the central thing is always the rush when you find a bug.
That
Like
high.
yeah, you physically feel it, right? Like
Yeah.
your heart beats faster, and maybe you start sweating a bit, and every time that happens to me, I'm like, wow, you know, this is something I'm still excited about. And in that moment, I'm not really thinking about the money. I'm thinking about like shit, like I did it. I managed to break this app or whatever. And that's the core thing that gets to me. I think the second thing is definitely like the learning curve. So I think this month I started learning mobile bugs, and I managed to find a few more things that I would never have found before. Because I felt like I was kind of stagnating with my web bugs. I was always looking for the same bugs,
Yeah.
kind of doing the checklist, and I realized I was getting bored with it. So when I started doing mobile, I kind of felt more motivated again because I feel like, um, when you start learning something new, you go through the learning curve that you don't really get anything at the start, but after a while, you start picking the low hanging fruits of learning something, and that's where I'm at right now. And I think it's the kind of thing that keeps you motivated because you see the results of your study, you see the results of what you're doing, and you just keep wanting to improve from there.
Yeah, I mean, like you said something about checklists, and I'm kind of curious because what do you mean by checklist? Do you have a mental thing that you check, or do you actually have a checklist that you go through?
Yeah, so I use an Excel, more of an Excel spreadsheet, and basically I go through every single endpoint in an app
Okay.
and just check them off basically. And it's not so much like I got a test for use this payload or whatever, but I just make sure that for every single endpoint in the app, I test for any any bug classes that apply. So, if it's kind of reflected in a page, then I definitely need to test for XSS, and I check off that box in my Excel spreadsheet
Okay.
and work through it.
So you actually have something that you keep track. So you're not just going everything based on what's in your head. You just have something that you go through, depending on what you see on the page or the behavior you see. You go down this checklist.
Yeah, so I really advocate for that because it gives you a more thorough kind of approach to that. And you're not just hopping around. You're not just every time you come back hacking, you're not just opening the page and trying the same things again because you've already tried that. But, when I first started out, it was so common for me to just, lose track of what I've done,
Mm-hmm.
do the same thing again, waste time. And I think another thing with checklists is that it also tells you when you can stop because I think it's very easy to just stay on one app and be just like, oh man, I definitely got to find something like that. I need to find something like that. But at the end of the day, when you look at a spreadsheet, it says, oh, you've basically tried, maybe if you knew more, if you
Yeah.
had more skills at that point of time, you might have found something, but you've already looked through everything. So it's time to move on, find another app and stop wasting your time because if you really want to go to the numbers, bug bounty is also about like making sure you spend your time efficiently, right? You want to convert the hours you spend into bugs,
Yeah.
and I think a checklist is a great way for you to keep track of that and to know when you have to move on and stop wasting time.
So you said something that really, I love the way that you answered the questions because it helps me go to my next question. You said something about you don't find bugs sometimes and you feel like you wasted time, right? How do you deal with
Yeah.
the days when you don't find bugs, man? Like, do you have the feeling of like, I go with a week without finding any bugs. I'm done with, bug bounties are not for me anymore. Like, you get that feeling of like, I'm not finding anything. I'm wasting my time. I still get that feeling to this day. Do
Oh
you
yeah,
deal with that?
100%.
Yeah. How do you deal with it, dude? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, so there'll be times for me because I'm a part-time, right? And you have the weekends most of the time, and that's
Yeah.
usually your big moment to find bugs. And I think the feeling when you don't find anything for a weekend, it
Yeah.
sucks because you're like, oh, I've basically like struck out this weekend, and when my cutoff for this, the imposter syndrome comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think honestly dealing with that is just trying to be more consistent. So you're definitely going to miss like weekends. You're not always going to find a bug when you sit down in front of a computer.
Yeah.
But I think if you just stick at it, make sure you work on consistency. And I think the spreadsheet method I mentioned helps a lot with that, because um, what I've found when using a spreadsheet is that if you go through like it becomes more of a numbers game, because like one out of every like maybe like 200 things you look at is going to be a bug, and um, and that might happen, with probabilities. It doesn't always happen like every 200 requests you're gonna find a bug, right? It might be like after 1,000 requests you find like maybe $5 uh, towards the tail end of that, and so you kind of stack up these reports because you're always finding bugs in the long run. As in if you try enough requests, you're always going to find a bug, and that keeps things going, because even on the weekends where you strike out, maybe the next weekend when you're putting in those requests, those checks, you're going to find more bugs than the previous weekend, and so it kind of evens out your bug flow, and you make sure that you always have something in your inbox at the end of the day.
Yeah. You said something about like going back and forth between weekends. Do you take notes? I assume you take some good notes then.
Yeah. I mean, on my spreadsheet, I make sure I take notes on things that are interesting, um, things I've tried. And I think the killer feature for me, because I got Burp Pro, right? The Burp
Mm-hmm.
Pro, what killer feature for me was that you can save sessions.
Yeah.
So you can always search, and search is another killer feature, which is, I feel sad that it's like a pro feature, but honestly, it's a killer feature for me, where you can search, you can see where things are being reused, um, and so that helps me really build up my knowledge of a single app over time.
Cool. That's awesome, man. It's good to it's good to hear how other people take notes and like how they how they approach their targets, and hearing your thought process. It seems like you do something similar to everybody else, but you have your own twist to like how you do it. How did you come up with these workflows? Like how you do? Is it just try and error? Like you just did it and you're like, oh, this doesn't work for me this week. I'm gonna try something else next week until you found what worked for you, or did you hear about doing these somewhere? You read somewhere something. What was it?
Yeah. So yeah, I think I've read somewhere about people who use checklists or like spreadsheets,
Okay.
and that was something I wanted to try, and I realized that it actually worked really well for me, because I know not everyone might be able to work with a checklist. That's super boring. Uh, but for me, I think just being super thorough with an app uh, appeals to me, because I know I'm not missing stuff out, and I know that I've tried everything I could have tried, and I didn't like miss something out just because I didn't look at it. So yeah, that's why I think that method works for me, and I picked it up. And over time, I started adding to it. So what it looks like is that in this spreadsheet, on the left, the very leftmost column, you have every single API call, and on the right columns are like things you can try. So like you should try for XSS, SSRF, local file inclusion, so on and so forth. And as I find new things, that I find interesting new bug classes, or payloads, I add it to the columns on the right. So I build up this store of things I look out for over time, and you just keep improving from
Very
there.
interesting. That's very interesting. That's a really cool way to do it. Never thought of that.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah.
Um, what's your take on collaboration?
So I think the biggest benefit of collaboration is, um, I think, pooling your knowledge,
Okay.
because when I've only really started getting collaboration like a month or two ago, obviously of the events, but also out of it, I've started collaborating with more hackers. And um, before then, it honestly didn't work so well, because you're like, oh yeah, let's collaborate, great, and then you just kind of like are on a together, or like a 2 hours and you don't find anything separately, there's no value add, right? Um, so I think collaboration really works when you start sharing information, a lot of information. And I think hackers are obviously hesitant to share too much. They don't want to like give out their word lists, or they don't want to give out their payloads or whatever. But I think, just saying something like, oh, I found this interesting endpoint, and the person's like, oh, I've seen that before. Here's how to like exploit it. And then there's value add, because the other guy who knows how to exploit the endpoint might not have seen that endpoint, but you brought it up. And now you, as the person who didn't know how to exploit the endpoint, now you know how to exploit that. And both of you come out of it with a bug. So I think the biggest thing about collaboration is information sharing. So and with that, I think trust, right? You gotta trust the other guy to share information. So I think even though there's a lot more talk about collaboration now, I think it's still something that needs to be done well. You can't just have two people just texting each other over a chat app and hoping for the best. You gotta have like shared repositories.
Yeah.
I think there's a new team collaborator plugin, and just share as much as possible so that something can come out of it, rather than just wasting time.
I agree. I mean, I don't get the point of collaborating with people if you're not going to show them how you did stuff. Like when I collaborate with people, there's a reason why I'm collaborating with that person, right? Like I'm going to show you the stuff that I do in hopes of doing the same thing for me. So it's unfortunate to hear people aren't willing to share like that when somebody reaches out. Like if someone reaches out to you and you don't want to collaborate with them, cool. Like don't get me wrong, don't collaborate with them. That's perfectly fine. But you can't collaborate and also not want to share. It can't be one way. It has to be a two-way thing. And I really don't understand the mentality of why people don't do that. I wish more people would collaborate. I think like the best thing about collaboration is finding someone that knows almost as much as you do.
Yeah.
And willing to learn from each other, because then you both level up. And you both like the biggest example for me is Zai. Like he doesn't understand how much I've learned from him, and he says the same thing to me. I'm like, no, dude, like you taught me more things that I think you learned from me. And I think that's the biggest thing, is finding that one, 2 or 3 people that you trust, that you can work with, that know, did they know more about some stuff that you don't know a lot about, and then vice versa, you know more about stuff that they don't know about, right? So definitely understand. I don't agree with the collaboration. I hate people that don't collaborate like that, and people that say, oh, if it's my bug, I'm only giving you 10%. If you wouldn't have found that bug with that person, the money shouldn't make a difference. But I think people value some stuff more than other things, and that's what kind of ruins everything, right?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I get people like approaching me saying like, oh, I might have a bug, like I hope you can look at it. And you say like, yeah, sure. So what is it? And they don't tell you everything. They're like, oh, this is what the request kind of looks like. I think because they don't, there's this fear of you stealing the bug or taking that bug. And that didn't make sense to me, because I mean obviously you got to trust the right people, but I think collaboration only works when there's that baseline of trust there, where you can like just share everything, and it goes a lot faster, rather than like kind of like a back and forth trying to like extract information from each other.
I owe you a collaboration, by the way. I just remember that you and I collaborated once.
Oh yeah.
You found
for
example of it was like, I gave you that subdomain, and I gave up after like an hour of you and I looking into it, and like 30 minutes later you came back like, hey, I found this XSS, and I'm like, holy shit, like completely missed it. And you found it. We gotta do that again one day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was an interesting bug, because like same as you, like I looked at it for like an hour or two, and I was like, no, there's nothing there. And I that's what I pinged you, right? I pinged you like, I'm done with this. I'm going to bed. But then I pinged you that, and then I was still at the computer, and I was like, no, there's something there. I got to keep going. So when I finally found it, it was just like, it was more like I wanted to find something, rather than like,
it becomes personal, right?
Yeah. Because it was, we both looked at it. There was something there. We both knew there was something there, at least, might not have been a critical, but if we missed the XSS, that would have been sad.
Right. You said something. You knew something was there, right? And I I know they can't explain that, but how do you know? How do you get that
Yeah.
feeling of knowing something is there?
Well, I mean, for that instance, and other cases, well, it's just like it looks janky AF, right? Like it looks like someone was just, some kind of developers working at like 2 a.m. and there's comments in the code, there's stuff there. So when you see that, that's when your crit senses start tingling because it's definitely where someone has might have made a mistake.
Yep.
And you don't always get that because like most of the time you're gonna get like super polished like front ends and well built code and that's uh and you got to work with that. But when you see like a broken down web page that has like I don't know what like just text just dangling off the page, you're like better find something here.
And I think a lot of that
Yeah.
comes with experience, right? Like the more time you spend, you get better with the experience of pattern recognition.
Yeah, and the thing is, you also get experience per app. So once you find a bug in an app, you don't stop there because you kind of realize you kind of try to recognize what pattern lies in that bug. Like where did a developer go wrong,
Yeah.
and you try to push it. You try to push it more. You try to find the same bug across the app.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a. I think a lot of people don't understand. Like the pattern recognition comes with a price. Like it comes with a price that's time, and that time is what gives you the experience to recognize those patterns, and that's the biggest thing that people miss. I think. Um, so usually this is like the first half of the interview. The second half. Oh, wait, before I move on, what tools do you use? I forgot to ask you about this. What are some tools you use?
So for fuzzing, definitely like FFUF. Like
Okay.
I started out with Dirtbuster and a couple other tools, but honestly, I mean FFUS is just the fastest and it works well and it keeps things simple. Um, I think for a subdomain enumeration, I, I I can't remember who wrote it. I think it might be been Patrick Hudak, but basically I just followed his entire workflow and built it out on in Python. It uses a couple of things. It uses the I think it uses yeah it just uses it just changes a couple of tools together. So it changes like a mass, um, it queries a database, and it uses alt DNS also to generate more candidates for subdomain brute forcing. Other than that, it's just me and Bert. Uh, uh, I think the key extensions I use there are Turbo Intruder for testing race conditions. I also use Param Miner just to, sometimes I just want to find a couple of things I might have missed in Param Miner. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. So it seems like you don't. The reason I ask is just to show people like you don't have to use these like sophisticated tools to be a good hacker to find bugs. You just have to figure out what the methodology is for you and just take it from there, right?
Yeah, honestly, at first I started out with a VPS box and I was like, I want to do a lot of like automation. And I think the time when I built that, I still didn't understand what I was supposed to look for.
Yeah.
And I went to it in a really complicated way. So I was like coding everything in Python. Um, and if I were to do recon today, I would honestly try to keep as close to the basics as possible. So I would just be chaining. I wouldn't be trying to redo everything myself. I would be chaining like a lot of tools directly using maybe just a shell script, uh, and working with that instead of like trying to code everything in Python, like make a nice interface.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm keeping everything in like text files. I think if I was to do it again,
Okay. Um,
yeah,
so I usually end the interview here, but I had a suggestion from Twitter, so I'm gonna switch my screen really quickly on OBS.
sure.
And before I get to this next thing, why is disclosure a big deal? Like, why do you disclose bugs? And just to be clear, I support it. I'm not like opposed. I just want to hear your thought process about why you why do you disclose bugs?
Yeah, so I think one big thing with disclosure is that it improves the ecosystem as a whole. You know, uh, one part of disclosure is yeah, if it's a good bug, like, and you're not like shouting like taxi driver or whatever, like people share it, you get a lot more visibility, and that's if you're just thinking about yourself, yeah, that's one part of it. But then you also want to disclose bugs where the team has responded well. So I disclosed the Starbucks bugs because the team responded in what, like 48 hours, right?
Yep.
And you want to share that. You want to make sure that people know that this bug bounty thing works, because like it's not just it's just not just a one-way street, right? You have to be working with a good team, and you want to put it out there that um, yeah, you want to show how that works in person, and you want to encourage the ecosystem where teams are working with hackers and hackers are working with teams in order to resolve absolutely critical bugs, and doing it in a way that reflects well on both of them, right? You want to make sure that comes out.
Okay, so as you were saying Starbucks, I had this pulled up on my screen, which is so one of the requests that I had on Twitter was, if my guests do have a disclosed report, bring it up on the stream and kind of ask you your thought process. Like you wrote some stuff on here, and I'm not gonna show any of that. I'm gonna leave it here, and I kind of want to understand, how did you find this bug? Like, so this is at 12:29 p.m. So I assume this was 4 a.m. again. You were up at 4 a.m. looking at Starbucks. You found this code injection
Yeah.
on a subdomain of starbucks.com.sg in Singapore. So what was the thought
Yeah.
process here? Like, how did you, if you could give me a TLDR of start to finish, like I did this thing, I found the subdomain, then I saw this thing, what would that be like?
Yeah, sure. So, first thing is, I'm from Singapore. So I was like, if I'm going to start in Starbucks, might want to look at Starbucks Singapore because it was in scope for rewards, and also something I would be more familiar with. Uh, so that's what I started with. And then I started doing subdomain search. And this was actually passive. It wasn't an active brute force. It was already there, like in Google searches and everything. Like it was a known subdomain that I think everyone kind of knew.
Okay.
So I opened a page, and it's a 404 page, right? Um, uh, so it's a 404 page, uh, but I think it said it had really like it looked messy, like it looked really old, um, and there are a few broken links on that page. So that's when my bug sensors were tingling, because it looked like something like breakable.
Yeah.
And I think from there I started what was yeah, actually I gotta check the report, but I think it said something like oh, this was built on something CMS, a content management system, right?
So it
And
gave
so I
out a name
googled
to you.
at the very foot at the bottom of the page. Yeah, it gave out a name to me. So I googled that, and there were just no records of that. Like, um, so I was like, wow, this is like some super old custom CMS that no one has heard of, and that makes it even more likely that it's breakable, like some super old thing. Yeah. So I googled that, didn't come up with anything, and so I was just like fuzzing. I was trying to find something. I was like, there has to be something there, and that's when it came to me that like, oh, it was. Can't remember what CMS it was. I probably shouldn't name it either.
No, it's
But
all fine. We can move over
yeah,
that. But so you found a CMS, you see this name coming
yeah.
up, you look for it, then what?
Then what I did was that I tried the directory that was just slash CMS name, and and to my shock, it actually worked. It redirected to I think a login page
Okay.
on this thing, and I saw this login page. I was like, okay, I'm going to put admin, and it worked. Uh, yeah, it worked. But the strange thing was that it kind of broke the site even more. I think because it's such an old site, right?
Wow.
Um, and so it broke the page. But then it gave me like I think like a Tomcat error or something.
Oh,
Some kind of error string.
okay.
Yeah. So I looked that up again, and I think I looked it up again, looked for CVEs because I think it was so old that I decided to try the CVE, and I think one of them worked. So that was back when I was in April, where I was still like, I didn't really know what to do. So I was just Googling, finding CVs and applying them, and one of them stuck, and that gave me, uh, and that led me to the, I think the JBoss tool. I can't remember what
Oh,
it
so you got the
stands for.
JMX console.
Yeah. So I got there, and that's when, there are a lot of tools out there. I think I put it in my report what tool I use. Uh, but basically, I was able to exploit it very quickly from there using a tool. So it wasn't really like Hackerman stuff. It was honestly me just
But that
like
is though.
fuzzing
That's
and
not
getting
that. That's
lucky.
that is though. That is hacker man stuff. That's the thing though. Like, it definitely is because and I hate to disagree with you, but at the end of the day, like, I Google more stuff than I think I can imagine, right? And it shows the power of
Right.
just looking stuff. You see a keyword and you don't know what it means. You just put it into Google or GitHub. You find more information, right? So you went down the whole path. You went from content asset discovery. You discovered some content. You found the CMS. You looked at the CMS. You found an admin panel. The admin panel had admin working. You got in. You got an error for Tomcat or JBoss. You looked up the version. You found CVEs, and you owned the
Yeah.
whole thing. Like, that's the entire process of it. And doing that at four
Right,
months, and
right.
it's incredible, dude. You should be proud of that. I think this is hacker man stuff, dude. Like, I think that's most of what hacking is. It's the
Thanks, man.
curiosity to look into these kinds of things, and most people don't do it. That's a great example of it. Like, hey, you have to
Yeah,
Google stuff, right?
yeah, and you just got to keep digging because I think, the key for me is that I think for this page to any other hunter who came across it, it was just been like a 404 page, like this website is down. But it was still there's still something there hiding there, and I think there are a lot of I think one thing people should look out for is 404 pages or 302 redirects where there's still a lot of data. It returns like a very long content length, or it just seems like there's more than just a simple HTTP error code, and just keep hacking away at it.
I think the biggest like key takeaway from me for all the stuff that you just explained for the Starbucks bug was curiosity. You were just curious to know what is this thing, and then that one thing led to another, and to another, and to you owning Starbucks' website, pretty much, which is great.
Yeah,
Um, let's do one last question before we move on.
sure.
A lot of my viewers are security engineers, tech folks, developers, people that are IT admins, some vetted people in the community, some newer people in the bug bounty community. What's your advice for someone that's new to bug hunting? Like, you wanted to give them a genuine advice, 280 characters or less. But what is like the biggest advice you could give someone who watches this interview of yours and then wants to get started in bug bounties?
I would say join a community, because for me that was where I got my start. I struck out with the first challenge at the start of this year, and after that I joined the Hacker101 Discord, and that's where I met a lot of great people who are super willing to help me out. And there's only so much you can get, because I assume like a lot of people who are getting into cyber are going to be self-teaching themselves,
Yep.
like learning from online materials and stuff like that. And that's fine. But I think just talking to people, listening to people, is going to get you a lot more in the long run. And working with people, it gives you more motivation. It gives you more uh, strength to work with in the long run. And even your channel, I think, is a community. So that would be something I would say. Just join a community.
Yeah.
You don't have to be super involved, but just listen in and see what comes up.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say like just go and join the Hacker101 Discord just to because I'm biased, right? But I think like it's a very good. It's joining a community for sure is a good place. When when Inti was on here, we talked about the OG alcoholics. It was me, him, Smigos, Patrick, Fahrenbeck, a couple other folks, and that was our community. We were just sharing stuff randomly. Like we just threw bugs in there. Like, hey, I just found this thing. Please don't share it. Like I found this endpoint. Look at it. And we all learned from each other was the biggest thing that kind of helped all of us. And that's really good advice to put out there. So I appreciate that. But I want to wrap this up. I know it's late for your time or early, depending on how you look at it. The second part of
It's
the
early.
interview
No.
is the second part of the interview is I asked you some fun questions, just to get to know you a little bit about your career in bug hunting, and then I move away to the second part where I just give you a word, and you tell me the first thing that pops into your head.
Dang. Okay.
And then I always end the interviews with one of my viewers' questions. Ash, he's actually in the chat. Ash asked this really good question, so I always wrap up the interviews with this question. So let's do the first part. What was your first program you hacked on?
GovTech. Yeah, the challenge.
What was your first bug you found? Like a bug type?
Ooh, I think it was wow. Idle. Yeah.
What was your first bounty? Do you remember it?
Yeah. Grab $5,000. It's on my profile. It's not disclosed yet.
Oh my!
I tried to disclose it.
Your first
Yeah.
bounty was 5K.
Yeah, that's why I got hooked, right?
I was gonna say it makes sense, but you had this huge like you just blew up after that. You just went through it. And no wonder why you got the best high possible with 5K. And you're like, holy shit, I want to do this more often.
Yeah, yeah. It's still on my profile because it's a public program. Yeah.
So, what was your first purchase?
My first purchase, damn, Burp Pro. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I mean, I think I was just saying like, oh, I'm only gonna buy Burp with my bounty winnings, right? And once I got a bounty, I was like, damn, all right, I'm going pro, right?
What was your best purchase so far? Like something that you wanted, and then bug bounties made it happen.
Oh, like best like in terms of like maybe the OSWE certification. I felt like that
Anything,
was
like
cool.
anything unhacking related. Like, is there something that you wanted to buy? You wanted to buy a car, you wanted to buy a computer, anything that's like your best purchase at bug bounties that kind of made it happen. Maybe you're saving up
Oh,
money for something.
yeah, I'm mostly saving up money, but honestly, like it's still the Black Friday weekend. I've been looking at Pokemon shirts. I'm not sure if you know about them, but like they're like basically like fancy like Pokemon shirts that like look like real work shirts, but they have Pokemon on them. So
That's cool.
um, yeah, yeah, I'm hoping
um,
to snag a few.
who are some of the hackers you collaborate with, or you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, so obviously like Disturbance team, I think it was such a blessing just meeting them, and because it was, I worked with them for my first ever live event, and I think it made a huge difference because just having people there, you can talk to work
Yeah.
with. I think if I'd gone there in my first live event by myself, just trying to like meet people, I think it would have been very stressful. I'm not super good with that. Um, and I'm currently working a lot with Sam Ing MG. So
Oh,
he's top 100 all time on HackerOne. He's also from Singapore, and
awesome.
I think that helps because we are in the same time zone,
Oh, I
and
bet.
yeah, we're trying to do a couple of things together on that. Yeah.
Are there any hackers you want to collaborate it with or collaborate more with that you haven't?
Yeah, I mean, collaborate with you
You gotta
uh,
do that more
on the
often.
next bug. Yeah. Wow. Maybe CDL. I think CDL found some super cool bugs.
Corbin.
For the yeah. Corbin. Uh, yeah, yeah. Because I think he found some pretty cool bugs. And here and there, I'll see.
What's your favorite bug type?
So I mentioned IDOR for impact. I think because there's some really cool impact for very low. Uh, uh, I think for the cost to look for that IDORs are actually pretty low.
What is your favorite tool besides Burp?
FFUF for sure.
Okay. And any favorite hobbies outside of computers? Anything that's not computer related?
Wow. Um, yeah, I used to like hiking a lot. It's really hard to do that in Singapore,
Oh,
but
I
it
bet.
used to be hiking. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the second part. These are just I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words.
All
Actually, I'm
right.
gonna make it 10. I have added one more. So I write these down as like I interview people, and then I ask them this. I give you this one word, and you tell me the first thing that pops into your head or whatever you want to resemble with it. CTFs.
Hard,
Burp Suite.
expensive,
GovTech.
hard also,
Starbucks.
cool,
HackerOne.
money,
Money. All right. Live hacking events.
stressful,
Stressful. Disturbance.
beards,
Beards. Collaboration.
hard,
And Hacker101.
Hacker101, new.
Okay. So this is the end of it. The last thing I'm gonna ask you is I'm gonna ask you Ash's question, and then I'm gonna open up the chat for some questions. So let me move my chat over here. So chat, if you have questions, this is the right time to ask. Throw them on here. I'm gonna share the screen over here so everyone could see your questions. But Ash has this really cool question that he asked. Ash, are you around? Because I'm asking you a question. Ash always wants to ask, where do you think the bug bounty scene is headed in the next 3 to 5 years? Where do you think the space is going?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's still very much at the growth stage. I mean, at least from what I know, because I've only been here for 1 year, and I think people who have been here for like 4 or 5
Yeah.
would be better equipped to say that. But for me, I think I still see a lot of growth. They're still pulling a lot of new hackers. Someone like me, who's not really who's not really a hacker before, are being pulled in.
Yeah.
And so in some ways, you're going to see like like white hat hacking become a lot more normalized, a lot more common, and so there's still going to be a lot of growth in the next couple of years at least.
Okay, fair enough. I agree with that. I think I think we're still and definitely in the growth stage. I mean, there's a lot of hackers, but I think there's going to be more and more in in the upcoming years. So Bug Disclosed Guy asks, if Target is an open source product, then how would you approach it?
So if it's an open source project, I would definitely like read. I would just go to the GitHub and start hunting there. I wouldn't even black box it.
Okay.
Because I think now, because of OSWE and some of my experiences, I think if you know the source code, it's almost like game over, because that's where you're going to find bugs.
Okay. Miss Merle, I think I said the name right. I don't think this question makes sense, but let's give it a try. How do you pull data from a shell into a spreadsheet? Just copy paste?
So I mean, how I kind of add things to my spreadsheet is that I'm looking at things in Burp, and whenever there's a new API call, I copy and paste it into the spreadsheet. Super manual.
Okay, hold on one second. Bit, what do you mean Bitcode? Why are people promoting here without permission? Fickless. Let's ban them really quickly. See ya.
Yeah.
There we go. Next question.
Right.
I like this question. What is your proudest dupe? Have you had any dupes that you were like, oh, I should have had that? You said something with GovTech, right? By 10 reports?
Yeah. So that was my first report I've ever made on HackerOne, and it was a dupe, and that was heartbreaking. And now when I went back and looked at the report numbers, I was duped by like 10 reports, which on HackerOne is nothing, right? It's like a minute or two, basically. But I'm really proud of that one, because like I found something on my first program, and it was a pretty cool bug. It wasn't like I can't really. It's not disclosed, but it was a pretty technical, pretty cool bug for a first bug.
Okay. Whoever just sent those, you can fuck off and not join the chat next time. Sorry, I don't like people that are so rude in the chat. I usually don't like to cuss during my streams, but let's see. How do you approach XSS? I think this is a loaded question, but let's just give it a try. How do you approach XSS?
Yeah. So every time I see like a parameter that's being kind of like reflected in the page, the first thing I try is just put the quotation mark and the angle bracket, and I see if it's being sanitized when it's being reflected. If it's not, then I think it's good to go and keep going. But otherwise, I don't even proceed from there.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
see. There's a lot of questions for you today. This is awesome. You referenced your upcoming job earlier. Can you disclose what it is?
I think I'll disclose it like in a month when I've actually signed something.
Is it an engineering position, security, offensive, web development, hacking related?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Like your job. You said you have an upcoming job. If you can't disclose what it is it security related?
Yeah, it's definitely security related.
I'm curious to know now. It's very
Yeah.
exciting. We'll wait out. We'll check it out on Twitter. I'm sure soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Is AI going to be a factor in 3 to 5 years with bug bounties? Do you think?
Um, I think it might be an automation, like, in trying to recognize like vulnerable endpoints. But I think even at that stage, I think automation can only do so much, especially when you're looking at core apps. I think automation is not gonna hit that so far. You're gonna look at AI more in like I think maybe recon automation and stuff like that.
I agree. I think recon's going to become more automated, but I don't think you can automate those juicy bugs based on any tools. It's
Yeah,
going to take a very long time for it to happen.
yeah.
Does his hacking once a week prevent him from burning out? Do you deal with burnouts?
Um, I feel like not really. I mean, I definitely like. I think I haven't burned out that much. Again, yeah, because of that hacking once a week, a big hacking session once a week thing, that really helps. Uh, there were some times in this year when I had chances, and now it's also one of those times when I had a chance to like hack almost every single night, and I definitely feel like a lot more tired or burnt out from that. I think having that weekday kind of break is super helpful.
I think burnouts is like one of the biggest things when it comes down to bug bounties. It's the hardest thing to get a grip of, and most people don't realize they're even burnt out until like after it's gone. So it's good to hear
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
have a
for sure.
set
I
way
mean,
of dealing with it.
yeah.
Hello. That's not a question, but hello, Bitcode. Hacking into the
I
night or into the morning? Which one's better?
ooh,
That's a good question. Ash,
uh,
what's with this good questions lately?
yeah. I mean, hacking the morning. I think because for me, I'm more of like a. So it's absolutely horrible, but I usually like start at 10 and then go into like 3 or 4, but most times 2. Yeah. So that's my schedule.
I think hacking to the morning is more fun. I think I agree.
Yeah.
Where are my questions? Let's see. Why are people promoting here without permission? Because they don't know how to be respecting people. But we'll move on. Sufian is asking, what books have you read about hacking? Do you read any books in particular?
Um, yeah, the free ebook that Hacker1 gives out at the start. That one.
The
Can't remember
Hacker
the name of that.
101 by Peter Jaworski. The PDF on.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's like one that was super helpful, and then there's one that was I think really hard. I think it was basically like a lot of C code, assembly code. I'm not sure if you've read that one, but it's the one that a lot of people recommend. And it's I've done C before, but that one just went over my head. I was halfway through it, and I was like, I can't do this. I hate assembly code. Bye. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. um, Ayub, oh, what's up, Ayub? He's asking, you definitely can keep a signal very high, like between 5 and 6, which is the most common. I agree. But how do you keep a signal of 7? You have a perfect signal of 7. How do you do that, my friend?
Okay, so like honestly, I feel like the 7 signal thing is kind of is almost an obstacle sometimes because like you don't want to submit some bugs. You're like, oh, what if they it's completely scope and I lose my signal, and I feel like I've definitely like not submitted a couple bugs before because of that. You also sometimes like self close your bugs,
Okay.
uh, which helps. But honestly, for me, it's just like I try to pick what kind of bugs I submit. I don't look for like iffy bugs, and if it's iffy for me, I don't submit it. I know some people would just submit, and it's fine because at the end of the day, you're gonna have 5 to 6 signal, and that's totally fine. I think that's the 7 signal thing is just kind of a thing in my we kind of
Yeah,
stuck after a while.
you have a
Yeah.
perfect signal and you have an impact of 20. It's hard to see like both at the same time on HackerOne. It's mind blowing to know that you still have a perfect signal of 7, and I hope you keep that way. No pressure. Um, let's see. What
Well,
is your
lots of questions.
coolest bug? And I closed out the question just a second ago. Coolest bug and highest payout. You don't have to disclose your highest payout if you don't feel comfortable, but coolest bug and
Yeah,
highest.
yeah. I think the coolest box is the one I disclosed, the Starbucks SQL injection, uh, because of for two reasons. Because it was high, it was high impact. It was basically the entire financial uh, database for that. Anyway, it was super impactful. It was 1 million records, all real
Wow,
financial records. Um,
interesting.
and I think the reason why I liked it so much was because like I've been sitting on that for like I think 3 months because I found the website uh, 3 months before I popped it, and I was like, oh, this is definitely buggy. And to I tried to hit it for like a week, and I couldn't. And I came back to it, and that's when I came back to it, I learned about like XSEs and stuff like that, and that's when I was able to like break it. And so that was really cool for me because it kind of showed my progress in learning.
Interesting. Um, that's cool to know that you had to go back to a target just so you can exploit it finally. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you ever looked to hack any browser extensions?
Um, no, but actually, I would want to do that now because browser extensions are interesting. They're just JavaScript most of the time, and also you can get the entire source code, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would look into it.
Okay. Do you grep for harmful methods or deeply look into the code? Does the offensive security web expert experience help in open source hacking?
Um, so yeah, yeah. So mostly well, I mean, honestly, like my first pass, I do grab for like harmful methods, but then I do my best to just like read all the code, or at least
Okay.
where the controllers are or where the business logic is. I try to read every single thing. And OSW is definitely helpful for code review.
How do you approach finding iDoors?
I see an ID, I plus or minus that. If I'm really trying hard, what one thing I do, it's not just a simple like number, right? So I put two windows side by side, two different users, and just run through every single API call and try to replicate it in the second window.
Okay. That sounds reasonable. I think I'd do some similar thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
how do you learn hacking? I'm a security engineer, but not into coding and stuff. Oh, Dustbin. You're asking a you're opening a can of worms. How do you learn hacking, and especially if you're not into coding and stuff?
Oh, well, like we talked about it. Like I came from like a more web developer background, and
Okay.
I would 100% say it was crucial for me in picking up hacking quickly. So if you're coming from a different background, not into coding, it might take a little longer, or you might have to do it differently.
Do you use Kali or anything? What OS do you use when you hack? Just MacBook? Or do you have a MacBook or?
Yeah, I just use my MacBook. I used to use when I first started out, I started out on using a VM Kali,
Okay,
but I just don't do that anymore because it comes with so much extra stuff you don't need.
I agree. Dustbin. There are a ton of good resources online on how to learn hacking. I saw you send me a whisper. I'll hit you up and send you some resources. Have you ever crashed any sites while you were doing a scan on accident? Oops.
No, I wish I did. That'd be a funny story.
Let's
Yeah.
see. I think that's all the questions. Any opinions are big managed broad programs or small private programs? It's coming from Panda.
Yeah. Honestly, I like small private programs. But basically, the main reason for that is that you get to kind of interact with the team more. And honestly, whichever program that gives me like kind of a face to like gets me to like know the team better, work together with them. I think that would be my favorite program. I don't like to be, just just to be like another face in the program.
So there's two more questions. I don't want to do any more questions just because I said no, but there's two questions then that are really interesting that I want to ask. Like, one of
Sure.
them is like, does hacking help you become a better developer?
Yeah, because I think if I was to start to coding a website now, like there'll be so many things I'll do differently from back in the day.
And then the other one is, how much time did you spend before you found your first bug?
So I think my first bug on that I mentioned it was Grab, right? I think it was like 4 months in. I don't want to put a number to it, but I think it was 4 months after my first dupe on GovTech, and I started trying to find stuff.
Cool. Awesome. Well, hey,
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
Space Raccoon. Do you want to explain what your name means before we wrap this up?
yeah. And, yeah, this is not a rabbit hole that you just stepped into,
Oh boy, there we
but
go. Let's do it.
uh, yeah, in Singapore there's a Singapore Art Museum, and there
Okay.
was an exhibition of like different like art pieces, and one of them was like a really funky looking raccoon, and it said, "Oh, the artist statement said it was like Eugene the raccoon, and Eugene the raccoon came from space, and my name is Eugene." So I was like, "Oh, I really like it." So I took a picture, and it kind of stuck in my all my online profiles now.
That's awesome. I've
Yeah,
always wondered why I was like
yeah,
Space Raccoon. Like that makes sense. That's funny. Very clever. I'll tell you that.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, for
Well,
sure. Oh,
go ahead.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So like the profile picture I always use, the Space Raccoon profile picture. I actually recently found out who the original digital artist was, and I asked them to make a new one, and I should have it by next week. So
Oh, so they actually
yeah,
created you one. Like you
yeah, yeah.
contacted them and they created one for you.
Oh no, no, like I commissioned a new one because I didn't feel good like using it because if you like look at my profile picture, there's actually like a really tiny like watermark on it, and I was like,
Ah,
dang,
okay.
like I should probably like you know like get a proper one from him.
That's awesome. That's a very good way to give back, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I'm just
yeah.
dropping your Twitter handle on the chat. So if anyone wants to follow, this is Eugene, aka Space Raccoon. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. This was awesome. If you haven't watched the whole interview, I'm going to post this interview next Monday, not tomorrow, the week after. So it'll be live. You can watch all of this. Again, this is Space Raccoon. Go follow him. One of the most talented hackers I've met. I appreciate you being on this stream with me, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Ben.
Cool. We'll talk soon. I'll see you around.
All
See
right,
ya.
see you.
What an interview. That was great. That was awesome. Um, Holy shit. I'm mind blown by all the stuff that he just shared. Really good stuff. I appreciate all the new subs, by the way. Dustbin, thank you for all the cheers. Um, so, for anyone that asked for resources for hacking, if you go to my GitHub and go to NahamSec GitHub, and the second thing right here, resources for beginning hackers, this is something that I have started a while ago. I'm not taking any PRs, nothing. I'm working on it alone. I've been keeping it as updated as I can. 7 months ago, there's going to be a major update to this soon. But if you want to learn, here's your roadmap. Check it out. There are other stuff on Hacker1, Hacker101. I would give this a try. And 1 second. Cool. I think that was it. That was really fun. I had a blast interviewing Space Raccoon. He's such a knowledgeable dude. All right, so before we wrap this up, let's look at this really quickly. And not this. Hold on. This is what I wanted to do. Let's go to out. Let's cat the index and grep for 200s. And let's do less. I want to look at this really quickly and see what else we find. Let's grep for 200. Okay. I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna be on for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna head out. But I want to look at these really quickly. Let's cut it to 2. Okay. I have a hard time believing all of these that are like. I have a hard time believing that any of these are worth anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go back. Let's make a folder for this called 12/1/2019, And let's move everything to 12 besides itself. All right, so now that we have all this, I'm gonna do a history grep for Aquatone, and we're gonna run it again really quickly. Aquatone. Oh, really? Am I attached to a screen? Okay, well, not what I wanted. All right, screw it. We'll do. So we'll do this. This works. Nope. Oh, it's an out. Okay. So we're gonna grep, and we are going to serve this to Aquatone with 50 threads, and then Chromium path is let's do which Chromium, then copy this. And before we do all of that, I'm gonna do okay Aquatone. All right, this should work. Nope, apparently not. Chrome path, not Chromium path. There we go. What the fuck? Chrome path. It's not working. Why? Oh, threads, that's why. Alright, let's give it some threads. Let's let it finish, and then we'll wrap it up. Where's chat? I'm going to bed. Thanks for joining, Ash. Have a good night. I'm going to probably log out here in 10 minutes, if not earlier. Anyone want to jump on Rainbow Six Siege? I think I want to play some Siege in a sec. You're welcome. If you do have a Twitch Prime and you don't mind subscribing, I'd appreciate it. If not, no big deal at all. I still appreciate you guys being here and watching me rant about hacking. The video will go up next Monday, not tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to post the interview with... Who did I interview last week? I'm such a bad host. I've done way too many interviews, I feel like. Chat, who did we interview last week? I thought I posted Andre's video, though. Did I not post his video? I could have sworn we interviewed somebody else last week. Sam Irby, that's right. Wow. I was going to say, I posted Andre. I know I'm not going crazy. Yeah, I'm going to post Sam's video next week. And then I'm going to post this one next. I feel inspired after joining these streams. Still looking for my first bug. Just finished my Sec Plus cert. I can dedicate some more time to bug hunting. This stream's really helpful. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining for our day. Alright, these are going to be done in a sec. And we're going to look at more stuff. Is the stream kind of pixelated, or is it just for me? Alright, this is almost done. Donation button giving me an issue. Do you have another way to donate? Why is everything is broken on Twitch? I don't have another way to donate, honestly. I'm not sure why everything is broken. So I have to fix it. Well, thank you for letting me know it's broken, though. Oh, you can do it for, here, I'll put the link. Euronymous. This one should work. I don't know if it still works or not. That's the one that OBS created for me. Oh yeah, we can do bits too. That's another way. Thank you for that. But I appreciate that, Nathan. I really do. Cool. These are still going through. I really wonder if there's anything new in any of these. What I messed up here was I didn't do a sort U, which sucks now, but whatever. We'll deal with it later. Bit and bit code. That's funny. All right. I think what I'm gonna do now that the pressure is gone. I kind of want to play a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege, but I don't have it set up properly. So maybe after this is done, I'll jump over there. Look at all these false positives that I know are false positives. All right, this is going strong. But I know most of these are probably not worth it, but all right. Where is my music? Let me know if this is too loud for you guys, or if you can even hear it. You shouldn't be able to hear it, but I really want to know what happened to Twitch that broke everything. Whoa, thanks, Nathan. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Twitch banned Twitch. Thank you so much. I appreciate all that. Thanks so much. All right, let's do this again. I'm not on the right server, am I? Hold on one sec. What was the IP for this box? How do I forget my own IP? That is the right IP. There we go. Sorry, I realized that now. Okay. Have we seen this one before? I think we have. Yeah, we have. Have we seen this one? Okay. Let's do it, just in case. Okay. What's this one? I don't think this is there. Oh, that is here too. That's awesome. The only thing I have is this. We'll skip it. So we got not history already. We've done this one before. False positives, nothing. I think that's all we could find. All of that for nothing today. Alright, that's it. The waddle is done. Oh boy. Alright, the waddle is done. Whoa, thanks. I just looked away. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate it. Thank you all for all the cheers. I really appreciate it, genuinely. Thank you so much. Alright, so I'm gonna hop over and play a few rounds of Rainbow Six. If you want to hang out, you're more than welcome to. If you don't want to watch me struggle, I totally understand. You don't have to. If anybody wants to join me and play some Rainbow Six, let's hop on. Let's do it. But I'm going to play some Rainbow. And hopefully this doesn't kill my stream, but we'll see. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate it. Dustin, thank you so much. Thanks for joining web server. Make sure you at least follow so you see when I'm on next. But why can't I start Rainbow? Uh-oh, I think I broke Rainbow 6. Really, we're not gonna let me play Rainbow today? You got it, Hitch. Thanks for joining. What's wrong with Rainbow today? Oh no, I don't want to open up Call of Duty. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't open up COD. It's really not letting me open up Rainbow. Is that for real? Like, I just pulled this over here so I can show, but no. We're not filling Rainbow today, I don't think. Steam's not opening either. Could it be my computer today? Just not caring about anything in the world. What the fuck, Steam? What is happening here? Alright, I closed out. Let's see, Rainbow. There's nothing for Rainbow 6 in here, though. Alright, let's see if I can open up Rainbow 6 this time. Do I use a VPS? Yes. I use the terminal preview and I just SSH into my box. Library and where is it? Yeah, buddy, it worked. It works, I think. Hopefully I can move it over to this screen and you guys could watch, but we'll see. Hey, if you do make me a dope NahamSec logo, I would very appreciate that, Nathan. I'd really appreciate it. I'll make sure I return the favor if you do. Ooh, it worked. Yeah, if you want a $50 free of DigitalOcean, just scroll down and you can see, yeah, you can see the $50 code. It helps me. I get 25 back. Let me bring up the game chat so people could hear footsteps and me getting triggered. And I'm gonna see if I can call Donut really quickly. Where is Donut? Let's see. Okay. I can't find Donut. Where is Donut? You wanna R6 with me on my stream? Playing right now. Let's see if he replies. Hold on one sec. Let me fix this because I can't see. Hold on. And let's put this over here so I can see chat. There we go. Cool. Let's start now. If Donut does join in, he'll join us. If not, we'll just solo queue it. I'll play 1 or 2 rounds before I get super triggered and pissed off. And yes, I'm at level 26. I just started playing it on PC. Yo. Hazana, this is my username if you want to add me. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. That's 6 H's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 H's. Saw, dude. Saw, dudes. Saw. That ping is gonna be killer, Hazana. All right, give me a sec. Let me just peek these kids real quick. Only pistol. Pfft.
Secure the room. We need to protect the biohazard container.
Kind of want to do this, but I'm not gonna.
New feed active.
Op 4 located the biohazard container.
Camera in position.
Deploying prime! Stand clear!
10 seconds left.
Move out of my way. Fuck.
5 seconds left. Op 4 drone has located the biohazard container.
I got one more. That's a problem. Damn, Cal has the best pistol. That's not fair at all. But whatever.
No! What do you mean? They're not, they're bullying us.
Help! No! I tried to jump like this is freaking PUBG. I was pushing spacebar to jump out. Oh my
Friendlies have been
god.
neutralized.
What's melee in this? How do I use my knife? I don't even know how to do it on PC. Frick. That was bad. I should have a second. Hazana, you should have been here to help me, man. Alright, I'm gonna back out to pick you up. Hazana, can you send me an invite? Oh, I backed out of the game completely. Oops. Oh, are you guys not seeing the game properly? Oh, it's lagging. Got it. Okay. I'll fix it. Or I'll try and figure out how to fix it. Yo, X, you gonna join us or what? I thought you played Rambo. It's 6 etches though. 6, not 7. Boo. There you go. I'm joining right now. Let me just make sure I fix my settings before you start. Aw, dude. Should download it so we can play it. Should bring back Rainbow Six. We'll call this a NahamSec stream clan and hold on, let's do options. Graphics. I don't know how to fix it for this. Wait, is that jamming? Wait, Jam, was that you inviting me? What do you mean, what's display at? Actually, give me 1 second. I gotta take my dog out real quick. 1 second, chat. I'll be right back. Let me take my dogs out really quick. But this is what I have it on. I think maybe I should bring it down instead of ultra. What do you mean? Where's the resolution on this? Hold on 1 sec. I'll be right back. All right, under display. Oh, this. Okay, resolution is at 1080. Should I make it smaller? All right, you know what? I'm gonna jump off of the stream. I'm gonna hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a Google Hangouts. If anyone wants to hang out, I don't want to stream anymore. So if you want to hang out, here's a Google Hangouts link. Join. We can all hang out, whatever. But I don't want to stay live just because it would mess up my stats, and I want to eventually become a partner. Here we go. If you want to hang out, that's the link. I'm going to stop streaming, and I'm going to be on that link. So if anyone wants to join, you're welcome to join me there, and we can chat over there. So hit that link, Hazana and Jam, whoever's playing. Join that link, and I'm going to hop off of the stream. But I appreciate everyone hanging out. I'm out. That link below if you want to join. I'm going to play a few rounds. There we go. All right. See you all. Peace.